Welcome to the stream. If you're new, subscribe. What's up? Oh, none of the. Okay, good. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk, and I'm wearing my new Doge shirt, which is really awesome. Let me stand back. This is like one of these awesome new shirts I got. I thought today was the perfect day. I had to get on my tippy toes for the camera. I thought this was the perfect day to wear this shirt. Doesn't get better than this. Oh, man. That's right. Here we go.
Price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
It sure is. Welcome one and all. It is Thursday, December 19th, 2024, 5 minutes after, oh my goodness, 6 o'clock in the morning, and we have a lot to cover, a lot to talk about, and we're going to talk about all this business that happened yesterday with this budget. And I'm going to I've got a couple of things I'm going to share. I want to hear your thoughts on it. I do not plan on doing a show reading from an Excel spreadsheet and going over the details of the budget. But I think that so many people are so upset on both sides, they have missed what happened yesterday with Elon Musk, Mike Johnson, and of course the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. Now, first off, Elon Musk. I love this stuff. All right, this is just awesome what Elon Musk did. You know, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. Think about that. He's the richest man in the world. And I would even take it a step further. Not only is Elon Musk the richest man in the world, he is the richest man to ever live throughout the entire history of the human race. And he's on our side. Think about that. And I'm watching the media yesterday just have these meltdowns over the great Elon Musk. And don't worry, I'll get to Mike Johnson too. This is a great day. This is a great day. It really is a great day. I don't think any of you really realize the full scope of what happened and how it happened yesterday, but I'm going to be breaking it down for you. But anyway, so first, I'm watching the media have these meltdowns because Elon Musk, the great Elon Musk, says that, if you're a Republican and you vote for this budget, he's going to use his own money and primary you out of office. And the media like, how can he do that? What's wrong? They don't mind George Soros doing it, right? George Soros has been doing this forever. There's a lot of other Democrats too. We got a guy that's richer than Soros on our side. What's wrong? If George Soros could do it, why not Elon Musk? These people don't even hear themselves. So what happened yesterday with this budget, okay, is this. President Trump's not officially the president yet, but President Trump and Elon Musk have established themselves as the leader of Washington already. And also the media coverage yesterday, how can a guy who's so rich have influence like this? What, like George Soros? Okay, whatever. Okay, good, you know. All right, CNN. All right, MSNBC, chill out. Then they were trying to do this division between Trump and Elon Musk. Oh, President Musk, who's the president? Co-president? You know, because these never-Trumpers, these haters, they believe all their never-Trumper hallucinations are reality, and they think that Trump's got this tiny little ego that's easily bruised. When in fact, Elon Musk and Donald Trump were working together yesterday, and everything that Elon Musk did is what Trump wanted him to do. So much has happened with this, okay? President Trump has established that he's the president already. In fact, throughout any of my recollections of living through president-elect periods, I never remember any president-elect getting something done like this. Do you? I don't. So what he's done is President Trump, he's established himself as the current president a month early. So on Inauguration Day at noon on January 20th, when he takes the oath of office, although they should swear him in a few minutes early since they swore Biden in early, the ball will already be rolling. There'll be no transition time. He'll already be doing things like he just did with this budget. Also, President Trump established that Elon Musk and Doge are him and everything they do, because what Elon Musk did yesterday was in the name of Doge. That's right, Department of Government Efficiency. He's established himself as the boss. President Trump's the president. He's the boss. And Elon Musk, see, Elon Musk, the way to think about it is this. Elon Musk is to Trump what Bobby Kennedy was to President Kennedy. Like during the Cuban Missile Crisis, Bobby Kennedy went and met with the Soviets. He was the Attorney General, but he was the president's brother. Elon Musk is the president's best friend. They're like brothers. So he's established Elon's authority, and he has a lot of it. Between his authority from the president and having more money than any human that's ever lived, he's got a lot of juice. Now, if you're on hold, hang in there. So then, and if you think that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are divided with who's in charge, didn't you see what Elon Musk did last night, where he was and what he was doing? After everything happened, Elon Musk was at Mar-a-Lago having dinner with President Trump and Jeff Bezos. All right? So everything fell perfectly into place. Then, of course, a lot of people, including conservatives, are hating on Mike Johnson. Now, I'm going to run something by you. And I want to hear your thoughts on this at 1-888-465-2631. I want to ask you something about Mike Johnson. Did Mike Johnson betray Trump? Mike Johnson's been with President Trump every moment I've seen him on television practically since election night. Did Mike Johnson betray Trump? Should he go? Or was Mike Johnson doing exactly what President Trump wanted him to do? Smoke out some rhinos, smoke out some jerks, and also establish that a month before the inauguration, Trump's already the president. Which do you think? I think Mike Johnson and everything he said and done involving this is exactly what Trump has wanted him to do. I think he was part of the Elon Musk Trump team, the triumvirate, like in ancient Rome. That's what I think happened yesterday. So calm down. Hold on to your panties, girls. All right? Gee whiz. That's how I saw it. And I think it was beautiful. Let's hear your thoughts on all of this. Isn't it nice having like a real man back? Our number's toll free, 1-888-465-2631. Call us on hold. Stand by. Mike Lindell at MyPillow, this is your last chance to order and have your items delivered by Christmas at MyPillow.com. Incredible deals site-wide. You can use our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, on every special you see at MyPillow.com. But this is your last time to get it in time for Christmas. So go to MyPillow.com. Use our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, for huge savings. And also remember, free shipping on orders over $75. You can also order by phone, toll-free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. 716-4879, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. This is your last chance to order in time for Christmas. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Back after this. There you go, guys. See, last chance. Go to mypillow.com and load up, guys. Yeah, this is an awesome shirt. I love this shirt. Oh, man. Everything's going just according to Trump's plan. No doubt about it. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, guys. If you're already subbed, do me the favor of liking the video if you don't mind. What an exciting time, guys. What an exciting time. We got to check something here. Perfection. Well, you don't have heat inside in Michigan? You could get away with this in Michigan. You don't have heat inside?
Brian Craig here. Our 6th annual cruise is coming up, and you're all invited. This time, we're sailing for 7 nights on Celebrity Cruise Line's latest ship, the Ascent to Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. We set sail March 30th. We have private shore excursions, private cocktail parties, group activities. We're going to do shows together and much, much more. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot right now. 561-244-5779.
I can't believe it's Thursday already.
244-5779 and online at cruisingdepot.com to make your reservation and lock in our private group rate. Nothing comes close to Celebrity Cruises.
There you go. Oh, we'll be back right after this. Oh, I think everything's going perfectly. Could not be going better. Really couldn't.
Retirement or looking to retire, I want you to give local expert Joe Thomas a call. Here's the number, 561-743-0999. Or, simply, you can go to jupiterjoe.com. Mention my name, John Tesh. You'll receive a free copy of Joe's book, Retirement Know-It-All. Great book. Call 561-743-0999. Or remember, go to jupiterjoe.com. That's jupiterjoe.com.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at True Oldies F.
Alrighty, we're back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Elon Musk, MAGA Mike Johnson, and President Trump just had the biggest victory of any president-elect ever. Never seen anything like this. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, good morning. I guess I was a day early.
No, not at all. You weren't. We'll talk about your call yesterday at the end, but no, you were not a day early.
I saw what was coming down. I didn't know the details. I knew partial details.
Okay, we'll start. Okay, yesterday you called about the budget. Why do you think yesterday I didn't want to talk about it, but today I do?
You wanted to see what was going to happen?
Well, not what was going to happen. No.
Boring.
Yes, it was boring yesterday because nothing had happened. You've got to have an you get to say, oh, they're going to vote on the budget. We're going to lose. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the humanity. Something's got to happen. There's got to be an incident, right? So yeah, and I'm just saying, so yesterday there was an incident. President Trump, Elon Musk, and Mike Johnson whooped everyone's butt in D.C. yesterday.
Oh, how about here's the deal, okay? I get what you think all the time, and you always try to look at the brighter side of things, and you say that I'm a downer. I'm going to tell you how I feel. I feel that Mike Johnson was stabbing him in the back, and this was no plot, because now there's a big mess within this guy Massey says I'll never vote for him now. And he smiled saying there's others. The fact is that there's going to be another terrible situation here. Mike Johnson didn't know what was in the bill. He knew that they had expanded the bill, but he didn't know about all this crap that was in there. And I understand that the only way they found out was they used AI, because nobody could read that.
No, they all know, because we know that whatever bill it is, if it involves the budget in D.C., is always full of garbage. Everybody knows this, okay? You don't know, yeah.
They didn't know all those. They didn't know about all the crap with the stadium. They didn't know about the football stadium. They didn't know about the.
Well, they may not have known. They may not have known the specifics, but they know it's filled with a bunch of garbage. And this is the Washington D.C. insiders going for one last opportunity to steal from the cookie jar before President Trump's back. Yeah.
Listen, a couple of years.
Who won this? Who won this? Trump and Elon, or okay, there you go.
We did big time, and we won it big time. We won it big time because Trump's the big stick. He's got the money, and they just don't want. They want to stay there forever. They'll never vote term limits. But when he says, "I'm going to back up somebody," they say, "Oh my God, we can't deal with his money and his advertisement." They'll expose every one of these people. So that's why they backed off right away. Now there's going to be a government shutdown, which is, I'm happy for that. And you always say...
Okay, now first of all, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I meant to mention that in the first segment and I forgot, okay? The government shutdown. We are 6 days away from Christmas. The government's already shut down, and it's going to be shut down for 2 weeks. We got Christmas and New Year's. The government's already... The few people that are at work are dragging their feet, okay? You know, so this is just a week of Christmas parties if anybody's at work. The government's already shut down, and is going to be shut down until January 2nd.
Yeah, it'll probably be shut down. It might even be shut down more than that. But I'll put it to you this way. President Trump is going to start with a clean slate, and that's what we needed.
But your take on Mike Johnson, I don't think is accurate. Why would Mike Johnson... Okay, they're going to have a speaker's election here coming up. Why would Mike Johnson, on the eve of that, go against the most popular president of anyone's lifetime, Donald Trump, on something so big and high profile? That's insane.
He did that the last time. He did it the last time when he got the speaker job.
Trump wasn't president yet, though. Trump's president now.
I understand what you're saying, but he is soft, man. I'm sorry. He might, not for nothing. I don't think he intentionally. He tried to sell it to them, and I believe he did. I don't think this was some grand plot, because now there's a total mess between. There are a lot of people that don't want him as the Speaker of the House, and if that happens, listen to me. If that happens, it'll delay everything even more into Trump's term. It'll be sort of, the bottom line is this: I think that the Vice President was there yesterday at the White House trying to get all of these idiots together, because the only smart people that are running Washington, D.C. now are President Trump, Elon Musk, and Swampy. Vivek, you know that was AI was used in that, and that was the first time. They can never put a bill of like 2,600 pages.
Yeah.
Nancy did. You got to read it.
They don't read any bills. These Congress people don't read any bills.
What's in them now before they can't pull this off on us anymore, regardless who's president.
Okay. All right, Richie. All right, hey, listen, I appreciate the call. Take care. You know, Richie's always, what is that grasping his pearl necklace? Oh, my goodness. Now, you know, those of you that listen on the radio can't see. If you watch me on YouTube, which you all should be doing, Brian Craig Show on YouTube, guys, if you don't, I've got this really cool Trump, Elon Musk, Doge shirt that I'm wearing that I don't think I think it is safe to say I am the only man in Florida that has this shirt. Some people may have it around the country. But I'm wearing my Trump, Elon Musk, Doge shirt. So if you go on my YouTube channel, you can check that out. All right, let's go back to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Brian.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Danielle from Michigan. Good morning. What a wonderful day it is.
Oh, yeah.
A beautiful day. I mean, this is just, I'm going to tell you, from the very beginning, for all of us that have been there from the very beginning, I don't doubt what Trump is doing and what's happening and what's going to happen. I mean, this is, with what just happened with Elon, Vivek, I mean, this is pretty major stuff, and we're not playing.
Oh no, this very well may be the only time a president-elect has affected legislation before. I've never seen this happen before. Certainly not something this big.
I haven't either. I mean, this is this is the people. Listen, we have spoken very loud and very clearly on the 5th, and I think people are starting to wake up, and they're starting to see the power of the people, because you know what? They work for us. We don't work for them.
Well, I know that may be true and constitutionally and all, but that they're never going to look at it that way because they got the. But I'll tell you, do you think that Mike Johnson was working with Trump on this?
Let me just tell you something about that, because I have been back and forth a little bit, but you want to know something? This is what my gut says. I say yes. I'm saying that there's some kind of, I don't know, but Trump is obviously for him and backing him, and there's something with him going on, and I think they might be working together. Yes,
Well, it makes no sense for Mike Johnson to betray Trump right before the speakership election that's coming up. Why would he do that? That's insane.
I just think that they know. I just think that the plan is in place. It's a good plan. They know what they're doing, and it was just an absolute wonderful thing that happened yesterday. And I don't know. We're going to have to watch how this all plays out, but I'm very optimistic.
Oh, yeah.
Positive.
This is as good as it gets. All right, well, listen, I appreciate the call. Take care. Yeah, see, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Now, Christmas is right around the corner, 6 days away. New tires on your wife's car, on your kid's car. That's a great Christmas gift. It really is. I wish there was a Friendly Tire in Southern California, so I could buy tires for my daughter for Christmas out there. But, before I sent her out there, I got new tires from Friendly Tire in Margate. Friendly Tire in Margate, you can get new tires out the door and on the road as low as $70 a tire. Remember, Friendly Tire does not charge you to balance the tire, mount the tire, or even dispose of your old tires. Okay? He has all the name brands you know and love. Firestone, Pirelli, Bridgestone, whatever you like, he's got. Or you can get. If you have run flats like I do, oh boy, you're going to love it. Great. The lowest prices you've ever heard of on run flats. No matter what type of vehicle you have, he can take care of you too. Some of our listeners go over there with like industrial size dump trucks and cement mixers, and you can go over there with a little tiny economy car too. And I see listeners of ours over there in Porsches and Vets and rust buckets and everything in between as well. So give Friendly Mike a call. We have listeners that drive over an hour each way to get the deals at Friendly Tire in Margate. He's a good guy, and he'll take good care of you. He'll give you a quote right over the phone. When you call, make sure you tell him I sent you, because he'll take extra good care of you. 954-977-9445. He also does tire repairs. 954-977-9445. In fact, his tire prices are so low, I'm wondering if it would be cheaper for me to buy tires from him and ship them to my daughter in Los Angeles than buy her tires in Los Angeles when she needs them. I don't know. We'll find out. It'll come up one day. 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire in Margate. I'm Brian. If you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
You're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right. Things could not be going better. This is as good as it gets, guys. This is awesome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe, all right? If you're already subbed, do me the favor of liking the video if you don't mind. Yeah, I bought 3 of these shirts. Remember, I've worn 2 of them. This is the 3rd one. I only bought 3 because I wanted to make sure I liked the fit and the shirt, So I'm going to buy some more. I got these for the cruise. But when I open them up, they're so cool. I'm like, I can't wait. So, you know. Oh, this is exciting. I was outside when I got here. I'll wear this. The one that I have of Trump with when they shot him on front of it, I was riding my Vespa, my MAGA scooter 2.0 around town with that. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to I'm going to make a YouTube video. I'm going to make a vlog with my the shirt like this I have, but the fight with Trump right after he got shot. I'm going to wear that shirt and make a vlog driving around town on my Vespa. I'll do it one weekend when I have some time on the weekend. We'll see what kind of reactions I get. What do you guys think about that? That's a good idea. Now, guys, I want to tell you about this podcast who is sponsoring the show, Diary of an Anxious Girly, on Spotify. It's a podcast all about anxiety, so if you or someone you know suffer from anxiety, check this out, or you just like podcasts. I will pin the link in the live chat. Diary of an Anxious Girly, they're sponsoring the program. So if you could support them, since they're supporting me, by checking out the podcast, follow them, and listen, I'd appreciate it. It's a good show. I've listened to it, and, you know, the episodes are really short. So you don't have to spend too much time. You can get through a whole episode in just a few minutes. Diary of an Anxious Girly on Spotify. I pinned the link in the chat, so click that link. If you could follow and listen, I'd appreciate it. Diary of an Anxious Girly on Spotify. If you're on hold, hang in there. We're going to go back to the phones shortly. Well, thank you very much. Yes, Diary of an Anxious Girly, sponsoring today's program. So, again, I pinned the link in the live chats, but you could just look it up on Spotify. If you're not watching live, Diary of an Anxious Girly, follow and take a listen to it. You'll enjoy the show. And support them. They support me, so if you guys could support them, I'd appreciate it. We'll be back shortly.
We sincerely appreciate the support for the past 41 years and look forward to bringing you the very best flooring products like America's premier flooring brand. Live life beautifully on luxurious carpets and rugs, the most durable and easy maintenance luxury vinyl and laminate, waterproof, kid-proof, and excellent for our busy floored lifestyle.
We will be back shortly.
So realistic, it's even better than nature intended. As always, here at Will Floor You, the very best price. We understand the investment in quality flooring. Have any of you heard the rumors that Tim Pool has sold his whole media enterprise to the Daily Wire? I don't know if that's just some rumor that people started yesterday or not, but I've been hearing it. I'm not a big watcher of Tim Pool. I think he's a fence sitter who says little to nothing. So, you know, it's not a big loss if they bought it.
because I think that channel will add more with the Daily Wire than it does with Tim Pool, but I just wonder if it's true.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 47 years on the air.
All righty, welcome back. One and all callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We're talking about this amazing event that happened with Elon Musk, Mike Johnson, and Donald Trump. Donald Trump has established that he is the president already, and they established that Doge has the power of the presidency behind it, which is amazing. All right, back to our phones we go. 1-888-465-2631 is the number. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Jeff from Maine.
Hey, Jeff, what's up?
Hey, you know, I've always been on the fence with Mike Johnson. He's spineless. He's not a strong man like I thought he was when he first got it. But I know that Trump's in control and that Trump can get what he needs out of him. It's all Trump.
Yeah.
With Mike Johnson.
And I do you think that Johnson was working with Trump and Elon on this yesterday like I do, or am I nuts?
You know, I think he sees the writing on the wall. He just caved in so much, you know what I mean? I believe there was a lot of people in Congress saying they need to shut down the government, let it shut down. And I was for that, but Trump can do it without shutting down the government.
Well, the government is already shut down for until next year because of Christmas and New Year's and stuff. So the government's already shut down. Anybody who's working is just dragging their feet. Who's working that? You know what I'm talking about? So the government's shut down anyway. So who cares? This idea, the government, it's Christmas, New Year's, Jewish holidays. You know, it's already shut down, and it's going to be shut down for the next 2.5, 3 weeks. And then the inauguration, which is going to overwhelm Washington with visitors and tourists, it's going to be shut down again. So it's going to be shut down anyway because of everything that's going on.
Well, the military, even when the military shuts down, the government shuts down, the military doesn't.
When the government shut down, when the government shuts down, nothing changes. See, the reason, this is something I learned when when the government got shut down by Republicans, when Obama was president. I don't remember how long it was shut down, but Obama started shutting down things that were remaining open, like some of the open-air memorials in D.C. and the Washington Mall. And see, this is why the Democrats oppose the government shutdown. If the government shuts down long enough, people will realize they don't even notice the government shutdown. Nothing changes. So they realize that there's too much government doing nothing. And if the government shut down for a month and people are like, well, nothing's changed, Social Security, Medicare, the military, the mail's coming, what do they mean it's shut down?
That's right. All necessary parts of the government continues.
The parts that aren't during a government shutdown, the parts of the government that aren't operating, those are the parts that should be permanently shut down by Doge.
Excellent point, Brian. And the budget has always been about how Congress can spend our money and they get kickbacks. It's all about backdoor deals. You know, who needs a $1,000, $1,500 pays budget? That's a bunch of crap.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said, the pork belly spending and all that can be all gutted out and drawn. President Obama surely did it. Line item veto.
Yeah, they don't have that. The line item veto, they don't have that. They want it. They've wanted that forever. President Reagan used to talk about it. I've heard some idiot Democrats refer to it as the Lime Island veto, but it's the line item veto, which means a president can go through a bill and cross particular sentences out, But no, they don't have that power. They want it.
I really believe with Elon Musk and President Trump that they're going to be able to cut out all pork belly spending and have that made permanent. There's nothing going to be.
They should shut down the government just to cut time out of what Doge has to do. Oh, these things are shut down. Okay, let's permanently shut them down. Right? That's how they should do it.
And when Elon Musk is done cutting out all that stupid offices that shouldn't be in.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to save us so much money, Brian.
Absolutely. All right, Jeff, good to hear from you. Thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Oh, hey, Mike.
You know, I think what's happening with Mike Johnson is he owes Trump, and he knows it. Because remember, in the middle of July and August, what was going on? We were coming up to another kind of CR type situation.
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene was threatening to rip his speakership away from him. And what did Trump do? Trump told her to knock it off, and she did.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And since then, he's been with Trump. And there was another meeting that took place that Trump went to Washington basically to have these people kiss the ring.
Mm-hmm.
He did. And the first one in line was Mike Johnson.
That's right. He was there with Trump on election night. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, here in Florida. Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I agree with you. Trump's got his hand on everything.
Absolutely.
He knows what he's doing, and Mike Johnson wouldn't have done what he did if he didn't get the order from Trump.
Mm-hmm. That's right. All right, good to hear from you, Mike. Take care. So here's Fox News talking about it yesterday. This is all great stuff. Fox News reporting on what went down.
Past 30 or 40 minutes here that they might try to pull this interim spending bill off the floor and maybe just go with a clean bill. Unclear what that means for disaster assistance. Here's what happened. A post on X by Elon Musk sent shockwaves through the Capitol. House Republicans were trying to see if they have enough votes to pass the spending bill in the next hour or two. Musk posted that anyone who votes yes should lose their office in 2 years, and lawmakers are scrambling.
Or panicking.
Tweets from Musk and others, has that complicated this?
Well, I mean, I think that there's always a lot of interest in what's happening up here, and
this is more than interest. They're telling people if they vote yes, they should be voted out.
the social media world is a part of our politics, and I think members have to expect that. There will be a lot of hard votes in the next couple of years.
A member of the House Republican leadership told Fox that Musk is not helping.
Yes, he is. He's not only is he helping, he got the whole thing done. Boy, oh boy. You know, if they went back a couple years and saw what was going to happen, do you think they would have let Elon Musk buy Twitter and turn it into X? I don't think so. Look at the power of X.
The lawmaker added that Musk has bigger fish to fry than picking a fight with House Republicans. One source said the bill is now bleeding support from the GOP. When asked how many Democrats the GOP needs to pass the bill, a senior aide replied, quote, a lot.
Well, let's just not pass it. This is great. You know, I don't care about these different things inside the bill. I know a lot of people are, you know, listen. This is one of the most difficult times to host a program when you're talking about news and politics because it's a holiday period. A lot of people are in holiday mode, even people that are on the air in holiday mode. And a lot of people do things on the air that what I call time killers. Okay, let me get through this segment. And you're going to hear people like me today read through all these ridiculous things in the bill. That's time killing. You know, what simply happened here is this. President Trump is going to get the ball rolling on day one. He's starting his presidency a little early. And if he establishes his power with Elon Musk as his surrogate here, on January 20th, things are going to move fast. Trump only has 4 years. This is it. So he needs another month or so, right? If he can get out of it to get things done. And there's not going to be a transition period. He's already, don't you understand? On January 20th, he's already going to be in place. This has never happened before. And it'll never happen again. There'll never be another Trump. So you've got to trust in Trump with everything that he is doing. Now, I want to talk to those of you that have neuropathy or have someone in your family with neuropathy. You want to call Lighthouse Medical. It gave Steve his life back. You know, 3 cruises ago, Steve's neuropathy was so bad, he's like, I don't know how I'm going to go on the cruise. Steve couldn't get out of bed. He was like Charlie Bucket's grandparents in the beginning of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right? The original with Gene Wilder, not that Johnny Depp thing. And we sought out help for his neuropathy and found Lighthouse Medical. And I'm glad we did. It changed his life, and I know it's changed the life of many people in this audience who have gone there for treatment. Now, Lighthouse Medical, their treatment for neuropathy not only works at last. Steve had his neuropathy treatment over 2.5 years ago, and his neuropathy has not returned. So give them a call. Now remember, no matter where you're located in America, Lighthouse Medical can help you with your neuropathy. Make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show so you can take advantage of the no-charge consultation. Here's their number, 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642. And online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. lighthousemedicalcenter.com. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
Hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
The largest Kia year-end sales event ever is happening right now, only at one location. City Kia of Greater Orlando, just off the Florida Turnpike. Drive a little, save a lot.
Make that switch to City Kia.
The largest year-end sell-a-thon ever is going on right now at City Kia. If you're looking for a new Toyota, Honda, Chevy, or any other stock, please don't be over for this. Nobody beats a City Kia deal. The largest discounts ever offered are available now. Save up to $17,000 on a new City Kia. Interest rates as low as 0%. New Kia Sportage from only $149 a month. New Kia K4s from only $149.
Welcome, everyone. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, guys.
Upside down on your trade, 10, 12, 15,000. City Kia to the rescue. The largest Kia year-end sales event ever is happening right now, only at one location. City Kia of Greater Orlando, just off the Florida Turnpike. Drive a little, save a lot. Hurry, it's City Kia's year-end sell-a-thon. Happy holiday. Visit us at citykia.com.
Men, just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. At the Bio Station in West Del Rey, Dr. Mitch Matez, the expert in hormone replacement therapy.
If you're on hold, hang in there.
Reclaim your youth. Hormone replacement therapy is all natural and can restore your hormones to where they were in your 20s. You'll feel younger, have more energy, and even get your sex drive back. And for women, hormone replacement pellet therapy can completely stop and reverse the signs and symptoms of menopause. No more mood swings, better sleep, and no more night sweats. Call Dr. Matez for a free consultation.
Oh, very exciting.
561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Hi folks, Anita Mitchell here. Please join me on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for What's Your Story with Anita Mitchell. Join me this Tuesday at 7 p.m. for What's Your Story with Anita Mitchell. That's on the True Oldies station.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did, until I went to Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation.
We'll be back right after this.
222-6642.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now, The Steve Kane Show.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian.
Yep, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Emily calling from Tampa.
Hey, what's up, Tampa?
I'm good. I was just saying I wanted to thank you for your optimism. It's a breath of fresh air.
Well, I don't know why everyone's not so positive. I mean, President Trump has shown that anything's possible. He literally dodged a speeding bullet in Butler, okay? He's got the richest man, not just the richest man in the world, the richest man who's ever lived, Elon Musk, on our side. How can we lose?
Yeah, everybody just has a tendency to just get a little nervous, and I think it's because, of what we went through. Everybody's kind of like on high alert, everybody, super vigilant. But I think it's important what Trump is doing. He's very calculated. Like you said, he's had a long time to plan this out, and I think that he has to show everybody. Like, for example, if the government shuts down, it'll show them that maybe we don't need, we can live without it, because people have become so reliant on what they've been told they need.
And the government never shuts down. I mean, what I mean is it shuts down every weekend. Everything's closed, for Christmas and New Year's, and then during the inauguration, everything's going to be closed. But still, everything still functions, and the checks go out to everybody. Everything still happens. That's the big secret. That's why they fear a government shutdown, that people will realize nothing's changed in their life.
That's exactly it. That's the key right there. It's the fear of the idea of what it sounds like, but they have to, in order to see what it really is, they have to be shown. They can't just be told. So
yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate the call. Take care. Great call so far today. I really appreciate that. Our number 1-888-465-2631. I have a really bad habit of letting my car always get down to E before I get gas. And I mean, I really do. I wait until it's on empty. And sometimes, you know how you have the little thing on your dashboard, it tells you how far you can go? Sometimes it'll tell me, I've got 1 mile left. And I don't know when it tells me I have 1 mile left, if I really have 1 mile, or if there's a little bit reserve in there. But this happens all the time. And no matter how many times I tell myself I'm not going to let that happen, it happens. And sometimes I've come close more than once in my life with almost running out of gas. And today I was driving in and I got the notification and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I had enough gas to get to the radio station, but not enough gas to get home after, according to the dashboard. So I've got some things I've got to do after the show today, and some places I got to go, and some important things. So I said, well, I got to get gas. I pull into this gas station, and in my new car, I got to put super unleaded in it, which I don't mind because the car gets such great gas mileage. You know what I mean? I don't, as much as I drive, I don't buy gas that much. I wish I could ride my Vespa. My Vespa gets about 98 miles a gallon, 100 miles a gallon. But, I can't take that all the time. But my car gets very good gas mileage, almost as good as a Tesla. That's a joke, guys. I know they don't use any gas. But anyway, so I have to put super unleaded in it. And super unleaded is a little bit more. Today I went to a gas station, and I was like, what? It was $5.45 a gallon. $5.45 a gallon. Usually the super's $3 and something, sometimes $4. So $5.45 a gallon. I think that may be the highest price I've ever paid for gasoline. And I did not fill the tank up. I put enough gas in it to get me through my day, and then I'll get, tomorrow or Saturday I'll fill up in my neighborhood at a reasonably priced gas station. But when I was looking at that price, $5.45 a gallon, I was so shocked. I would normally make a YouTube video about that, and I was so shocked I didn't even make the YouTube video. But I thought to myself, you know what? Come January 20th, even at this overpriced ripoff gas station, the prices are going to go down. And when gasoline prices go down, it's going to change everything for us, isn't it? I almost didn't mind paying $5.45. I was robbed at the gas station. The gas station robbed me. And anybody else who uses that gas station. But gas prices will be coming down, and that'll be great. But I think that's the most I've ever paid for a gallon of gas. I don't think I've ever paid that much. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Are you talking to me?
Sounds like you.
Oh, okay. Right. The only reason I called is on North Lake, east of 95, there's like 2 or 3 gas stations that, like, for regular yesterday, I paid $2.75. So I'm sure the gas you need is cheaper there too. It's right up in North Lake, right by PGA where you go, right?
Well, I'm not going to say where I went because I don't want to badmouth the gas station, but it was not on North Lake. It was on. I went to a gas station on Okeechobee Boulevard.
Yeah, that's expensive over there.
I mean, that's robbery. It's robbery.
Yeah, it really is. But I go. I'm an Uber driver, so I know that North Lake they have a place that's a Marathon that has a $3.99 car wash also.
Yeah.
That's there, but $2.75.
Let me ask you, how are the gas prices affecting you as an Uber driver?
Between I'm able to keep probably $800 to $1,400 less than I was when Trump was in office and our
Wait a minute. You're able. I didn't understand what you said. You're able to keep what?
Anywhere from $800 to $1,400 less than I used to. So I used to be able to have $800 to $1,400 more of recreational income. Now it's completely dropped.
Oh, because the gas, the Uber. Okay, so the fares haven't. So the fares really haven't gone up to keep up with the high price of gas.
Oh, no, as a matter of fact, they've gone down. Like I could take a trip, 90-mile trip from let's say Palm Beach to Miami Airport, and we'll get paid like $45.
Do you do that full time?
Yes.
Do you drive everything? Do you do Uber, Lyft, and Uber Eats and stuff too?
No, I just do Uber mostly.
How many hours a week do you drive and work?
Well, I've gotten smart because I try to do scheduled rides where people need rides in the morning to the airport and they need, rides to this or that, but they pay more. So I'll get myself in that vicinity. And I mostly drive between Boca and Jupiter, even though I live in Coral Springs, because the traffic is better. I'm not spending so much time on one ride that doesn't pay.
Are you one of those Uber drivers that has the cameras in your car to protect you if somebody makes an accusation?
I don't, but I am a diamond driver, so that does hold some weight. If I do have an issue, I immediately contact Uber support and safety immediately so that I can get my side out.
Really? Oh, your side. Oh my goodness. What's the worst or scariest thing that's happened to you driving for Uber?
For me, not much because I only drive during the daytime.
Ah.
I generally have people that, have brains. They're going to work, they're going to the airport, they're going to the doctor's office, that kind of thing. I'm not really dealing with, when I used to get up early, like 4 or 5 in the morning on Friday or Saturday and Sunday mornings, then I get really some...
Oh, the drunks. You get the drunks and the winos and stuff.
Yeah, they're 2 inches from my face talking to me. It's annoying.
Yeah, all right. I'll just say real quick here. I told this story on the air a couple months ago. My daughter, I usually pick my daughter up at the airport when she flies in, and she picked a flight early in the morning that landed when I am on the air for some reason, and she didn't want to wait for me. She took an Uber from the airport to home, and the Uber driver turned off the ride and wanted to take her to an ATM to pay her cash. She said no, and he did it anyway. And she texted my in-laws, and they came to the house. She's got a tracking app and all that stuff. Came to the house and met her with the driver. That was really scary. I mean, she felt like she was going to get kidnapped.
Yeah, that is terrifying. But if that driver gets reported, then they will immediately be taken off the air.
Yeah, but then he knows where you live because he took you. And, and if somebody does something so scummy, do you want to do that? You could be, who knows what they could do.
I would, yeah, because, or she could rate that person a 1.
Yeah.
She'll never get that person again.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. I guess it's kind of common, these rackets.
Totally. I always tell, because I have a daughter and a granddaughter, and I always tell the girls when they get in the car, I say, hey, always make a habit to check my license plate to make sure that you can verify that you're getting in the right car, because there's all kinds of cars that look exactly like mine, so make sure you do that.
I do that. All right, I appreciate the call. All right, take care. Yeah, the life of an Uber driver. It's, I take Uber and Lyft sometimes, like if I have to, if like my car's at the mechanic or, stuff like that. And sometimes it's great. Some of these cars, I don't take Uber or Lyft very much. So when I do, I take the more expensive one, like the luxury one, if I can. And unless it's crazy expensive, because sometimes it's just stupid. But some of these guys, and the upscale ones, they offer you drinks and water, and they have mints. It's really nice. And then some of them you get into, and it's really, really creepy. The cars are run down. They smell like sweat. Some of them don't like... like when you call the Uber or Lyft, you can put in there, do you want to drive? They ask you all kinds of questions, right? Do you want the air conditioner on? Do you want the car cool? I always say yes, I want it cool, and I don't want the driver to talk. And some of them, they just won't run the air because they want to save on the gas because the gas is so much money. But I take it. That's a tough way to make a living. I remember when the Uber and Lyft stuff first started, we would get calls from taxi drivers at the airport that were just freaking out that they were losing their livelihood. Well, they're probably Uber drivers now. But anyway, listen, 1 hour down, 2 to go. We have a lot of Uber and Lyft drivers that listen to the program, and I know that because Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire tells me a lot of Uber and Lyft people that listen to us go in there and get their tires because they burn through tires. All right, 1 hour down, 2 to go. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. We're talking about this incredible victory that President Trump, Mike Johnson, and Elon Musk had with his budget bill yesterday. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us. And Christmas morning, we're not going to be on the radio live, but our radio stations are playing good, great Christmas music. So I'll be listening to the Christmas music on Christmas morning right here on whatever radio station you're listening to us on. All right, we'll be right back.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and Huron Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for safe.
Are there any live spots this hour?
Here's your oldies
How many?
forecast.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Maroon from the All-Year Cooling Weather
You can just put them up because I gotta
December 19th,
I gotta schedule
2024, and right now it's 66 degrees outside.
Can you put? I gotta schedule a couple things.
Reaches highs 80 degrees with partly cloudy conditions to start the day, and then sunny conditions throughout the rest of the day. So make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, and have a wonderful start to your Thursday.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling.
Okay.
Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
For West Palm Beach, 2 left lanes are blocked with a crash 95 northbound at Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, causing delays. Also construction on the Beeline Highway from West Blue Heron Boulevard to North Lake Boulevard. This traffic update is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving.
All right, we'll be back shortly.
Right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. That's traffic. I'm Dory Don.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach.
Now, guys, here's another one of our sponsors, JavaGreenTrees.com. They have all these great.
Why buy fruit when you can grow an orchard? Java Green is selling mango.
They have just great trees. I love their citrus.
On over 140 HD TVs and big screens every football Sunday. The paddock is also your best bet for super.
I'll pin the link in there.
Show tickets make great gifts. Go to pbkennelclub.com.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did until I went to Lighthouse.
If you could check out that site, I'd appreciate it. JavaGreenTrees.com. I pinned the link into the live chat, and you can see they have everything: mangoes, grapefruit, oranges, every type too, guavas. You know, I've got the mangoes, got the oranges. Look at they have every type of orange. Limes, seedless navel oranges, the Myers lemons. I have a Myers lemon tree. See, that's how they come, the trees. I have a Myers lemon tree in my backyard. They are spectacular. JavaGreenTrees.com. Order yours. You know, these make great gifts too. They're awesome. My mouth is watering. I know I should always keep half a tank of gas in the car. I just don't. My schedule is so tight. You know, I just don't have time. Yeah, JavaGreenTrees.com. Check them out. All right, hour number 2 has begun. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. We've been celebrating this victory of Trump's yesterday with Elon Musk. And then CNN had the Borders Are On, Tom Homan. And this is hilarious. Have you seen this, Tom Homan, with That girl on CNN that's on at night. Listen to this. This is hilarious. She's on another planet. Listen.
So how many days after Trump is sworn in, before this effort to carry out the mass deportations begins? I know you said it starts on day one, but after how many days will we actually start to see that happening?
Day one.
Now that pause was the delay. There's a delay for him to hear. This is Caitlin Collins. I love it.
But after how many days will we actually start to see that happening?
Day one. Day one will be ICE officers across the country will be out on the streets. Right out of the gate, President's made it clear, and I made it clear, the priority right out of the gate is public safety threats and national security threats. And there's plenty of them to find, right? I looked at the data under the Biden administration. The deportation of criminal aliens have decreased 74%. So we have all those folks that the Biden administration failed to deport, plus you got this over 10 million encounters on the southern border that came across. We got a lot of them to look for too. So the public safety threats are plenty, and it's going to keep us busy.
Yep, day one. That's exactly what we want to hear. You know, this thing about the deportations. You know, we got our cruise coming up March 30th, which I hope you're joining us on, right? We go to these beautiful islands. Now, you know, one of them, we're going to the U.S. Virgin Islands, but the other two are different countries, right? U.S. Virgin Islands is a territory, but we have 3 stops. 2 of them are foreign countries. I cannot board the ship without my passport, right? And I'm just going to these countries with many of you nice listeners out there for like a day, less than a day, half a day, an afternoon, a morning. We'll be on a, with a tour group where, why do I need a passport to spend a couple hours in another country? But somehow liberals believe that they should be able to, these illegals, they should be able to come here with no documents, no passports, set up a life, and have us pay for everything. I was just talking to that Uber driver before the top of the hour. He called in because I was talking about how much I paid for gas. And he says he's making $1,400 less a month in profit because of gas prices are so high. $1,400 a month, sometimes less, depending on how much he drives. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. It's almost $16,000 a year. Think about that. And these people get to come over here and retire, and we're supposed to pay for it? And if they rape and murder Americans while they're here, Americans do it too, they tell us on the left. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's just stupid. And, when the deportations start, okay, when the deportations start, CNN, and if MSNBC is still on the air, they're going to spend a lot of time telling you how bad it is and how unpopular it is. That's not true. Americans are the hardest working people in the world. Americans work longer and harder than anyone else in the world. Now, we're not in Chinese slave factories. There's a slave force in China. I get that. But you know what I mean. You go to Europe, you go to Canada. Americans work longer and harder than anyone else in the world as a nation. And people are plenty ticked that these illegals come over here with however many children and retire at the age of 18 or even younger, right? Housing paid for, they get monthly allotments, food's paid for, free college education. These are all things that Americans work hard for. And people in this country don't like bums milking and living off the system. And that's what they are. So the deportations are going to be incredibly popular. Now, I was also watching some stories yesterday on the peace talks between Hamas and Israel. I'm here to tell you this. Hamas is not a legitimate organization. It is a terrorist organization. The only reason that Israel is going through the motions is because of the hostages. I mean, think about what Hamas did. They invaded Israel at that music festival, raped and murdered women, murdered men, kidnapped a bunch of them, brought them back to Gaza to do God knows what else. After they were done raping and murdering at the music festival, they went through the local residential neighborhood and continued. It was medieval, is what it was. It was like the barbarians in the Middle Ages marching towards Rome. Well, before the Middle Ages. You know what I mean. It was medieval. They went through the residential neighborhood. Think about your gated community that you're in. You have Muslim terrorist hordes come into your gated community. You're sleeping and they come in and rape your wives, your daughters, kill you. The ones that survive, they kidnap and take back. And you're supposed to, they expect us in the media. The liberals expect us to sit, like they have legitimate grievances. These are monsters. Think about if they would have done that on 9/11. If Al-Qaeda would have come into New York and done what they did, well, the liberals probably would be sympathetic too. People forget, after 9/11, on September 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, the first 2 weeks after 9/11, Democrats were saying, what did we do to cause them to do this? And then Bill Clinton even was saying this. And a lot of them were saying, well, this extreme poverty in the Middle East drove them to fly planes into buildings. They were legitimizing it. Now, it disappeared real quick because Americans were plenty ticked. And they shut up and stopped saying things like that. But that's what Democrats were saying in this country when we were attacked after 9/11. For a few days. It lasted maybe a week. Maybe 2, and it was gone because they realized what it was. That's what they expect Israel to do? Are you kidding me? Anti-Semitism in this country is at the highest level of my memory. Anti-Semitism was virtually wiped out. And Obama brought so many Muslims here, like Ilhan Omar. They've taken over our university systems that people, I talk a lot about Candace Owens just won the Anti-Semite of the Year award, and she's proud of it. Psycho. Anti-Semitism, by the way, not supporting Israel over Hamas is anti-Semitism, okay? Oh, I'm not anti-Semitic. Yes, you are. You just don't know what you are. And if you're not, and so that's why President Trump came in with that Muslim ban. Because Obama brought so many Muslims in this country, the level of anti-Semitism in America is at the level it's at now because of what Obama's done. Israel did nothing. I tell you, Pearl Harbor was god-awful and wrong. But it was a military target. The Japanese didn't burst into some luau somewhere in Honolulu and rape and murder the women that were there. Okay? At least they targeted a military target. It was still wrong and bad and criminal. No matter what you believe Israel has done, you're probably wrong, that's bad, because they're in the total right here. But nothing they would do would justify what Hamas did in October of last year. I'm sorry to tell you. No, Israel did nothing wrong. The only thing they've done wrong is allow the Palestinians to take over Gaza years ago. Because I remember when that transfer happened, people that were opposed to it said they're giving them a launch pad to attack Israel, and here we are. No, Israel did nothing wrong or deserving of what had happened. They're only entertaining Hamas because they want the hostages back. But President Trump has told them they better be back by Inauguration Day or they'll be held to pay. And that's right. Okay, we're going to take our first break of the second hour. Our number, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us. We'll take our break and be right back.
Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hey, it's Scott with a quick reminder that the greatest hits of the 60s and 70s are back on the radio right after 10 a.m. this morning. Check it out on South Florida's True Oldies channel right here. Solon's and their free home security system and free doorbell camera with professional installation offer is here. Yep, finally some great news. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you can get a doorbell camera. The first 40 True Oldies listeners who call 833-283-5050 will get this
Hey, it's Brian.
limited time offer of
Hey,
a
hold on.
free doorbell camera. Connects directly to your smartphone with installation of your Sloman Shield. And that's not all. Sloman's will give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're going to get an LED touchscreen pad, 10 contacts, backup battery, and service plan. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 True Oldies listeners to call 833-283-5050, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with installation of your Sloman Shield. Keep your family safe. Call 833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
Your AC system ready for this year's coming summer? If not, our team of expert technicians are ready to check, test, and inspect.
I'll be back shortly.
Air conditioning, we only install the very best equipment, like Train XV systems. CMI has been redefining home comfort with Train AC systems all over South Florida. You know what they say, it's hard to stuff a train. Call CMI Air Conditioning and Electrical today to get your AC system ready. 561-844-1004 or online at cmiac.com.
Brian Craig here. When it comes
Well, if you disagree with me, you are welcome to call in. I'll put the number in the chat. You're welcome to call me if you disagree.
In any lab test now in Coral Springs for all of my lab work. Their techs are highly skilled and professional, and their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest on lab work you'll find anywhere. Appointments aren't necessary. Doctor's orders and prescriptions, they're not needed either. I'm in and out in 15 minutes or less. I get the results the next day in my email box, and they also send to my doctor. There's lots of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, between Palmetto Park Road and Newport Boulevard on the east side of State Road 7, 441. Any Lab Test
I'm not worried about 1948. I'm worried about now.
University in Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Call Any Lab Test Now of Boca at 561-237-5009.
Whatever happened in 1948 has nothing to do with raping and murdering women at a music festival. In 2023, I'm sorry to tell you.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen to the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at
Alrighty, we are back. I'm Brian, and it's Steve Kane Show. It is the countdown to our 6th annual Steve Kane Brian Craig Cruise, our Trump Victory Cruise, March 30th on the Celebrity Ascent. And on the line from Cruise and Travel Depot, Ian, who organizes and handles all of our cruises. Hey, Ian, how you doing?
Brian, good morning.
Yeah, the reason I wanted you on today, well, a couple things. First off, I cannot think of a better Christmas gift than the gift of a cruise, right, with us. Sounds like a great thing to me. I mean, and that can be arranged. But the main reason, though, I wanted to talk to you today, because I wanted you to talk a little bit about what's included in our cruise, okay? I was watching someone online, and they took a cruise on, what's that cruise line that all the drunks go on, the Carnival? Okay, well, there's a bunch of them, but Carnival. Okay, but anyway, I was watching a guy online who was on one of these Carnival cruises, and he was talking about the great benefits they get. He said drinks are only $15 each, and they give them 2 free bottled waters a day. And he was like, "What a great deal!" When you come on our group, like everything's included, right? Like the drinks and all. Can you tell people what's included when they join us on our Trump Victory Cruise?
Well, if you want to start with the drinks, I mean, when you have a drink package with Celebrity, which differs very much from Carnival, which you just mentioned, they're not counting, and you're not limited to any number of drinks. It's all top shelf booze, as many as you want, and 2 bottles of water, I mean, that's just getting started, especially before a shore excursion. A few bottles of water, take them off the ship with you. I mean, that's just...
Well, if any of you guys watch my videos on the cruises that I make, you'll see what I'm talking. Like, what I do is bottled water's included, okay, in the drink package, but it's not like the Publix brand bottled water. I get Evian water in glass bottles, and I can drink as many of those as my body can consume in a day or in the whole week, and it's all included in the drink package.
Yeah, you got to stay hydrated,
Yes.
Room for more drinking.
Yeah, and the booze. So far as the drinks, I'm not a big drinker except on the cruises. Okay, and some of the drinks that are amazing. I got this one. What's that? The bar where the beer bar.
Craft Social.
Okay, the Craft Social. It's all craft beers and stuff. I ordered this fancy drink because I saw somebody else have it. I don't know what it was, but it looked so cool. It came in a glass box, and it was smoking. And it was smoking, and the whole box was covered in smoke. And I took my drink out of it. I mean, something like that. I don't know what that would cost off the shelf, but it was included in my drink package. So, and you can, and a lot of times I'll order it. I always have top shelf. I like Tito's and Patron and stuff like that. And I'll order things I would never order because it's included, and I'll take a sip, and if I don't like it, so what? It's included. I'll just put it down and order another one right there. So, so I watch a lot of these other cruise lines, they nickel and dime you all week, and you're going on a subpar, what I consider, like when I talk about Carnival Cruise Line, okay, that's taking the bus, okay? Celebrity is a luxury yacht that you're traveling on, and all these things are included. But also included when people join us, what are some of the other things that are included, Ian?
Well, the Michelin star chef design menu, I mean, Celebrity is very well renowned for its food and wine, and those meals are quality. I mean, you can have a steak every night. There's no upcharge for stuff like that. The food's really incredible on board Celebrity.
Oh, yeah, they're known for their food. In fact, a lot of people just take Celebrity cruises because the quality of food is Michelin star quality, and you'll know with your first meal. So, and there's more that's included, including just the great company of us and our great MAGA cruise. But what am I leaving anything out?
El Baccio, the coffee bar. I mean, for me, that's a major, inclusive, because not just the fresh pastries that you can have breakfast there, but the amazing Lavazza coffee that they serve. I mean, I drink, 20 of those a day, personally. I know you do.
Yeah, I'm there. First thing, and so the coffee bar is the equivalent of Starbucks. It's included. You've got the unlimited drink menu, top shelf liquor, got our Wi-Fi, Michelin star quality food. You know, the thing I like about cruising, we left out, you're in a 5-star hotel for the week too, Ian.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. I forgot about that. You know, well, you know, the cool thing about cruising with us is all these things are included. So, and on many of our cruises, I have spent nothing or very little, you know, $5, $20 the whole week, but sometimes nothing because so much is included. There's no, and it's not that I'm being cheap. There's so much is included. I don't know what to spend I have nothing to spend my money on, right? So that's just how it is. So join us. I'm going to give you Ian's number. Give him a call. Now, listen, couple things. One, the only way to book on our cruise is through Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot. When you call, if you get his voicemail, leave a message with your name and number. He will call you back. And Ian, his company, which you own and everything else, you are a concierge travel agent. So this is not just some guy that took some course online and he's doing something. This is a you know you got your concierge doctor. Ian is a concierge travel agent, as you'll see with your first conversation. Give him a call and join us, guys. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. That's 561-244-5779. All right, Ian, take care. We'll talk soon. All right. Back to our phones we go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug. You know, this Elon Musk, fantastic, man. This is exactly what we needed, somebody like that to threaten these damn Congress. I mean, I guess they didn't figure that the election's over and now we can do whatever we want, and a 1,500-page bill. Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
No, this was all, listen. After the bottom of the hour break, I'm gonna recap what I started with about this and add a few things to it. Everything is going perfectly to President Trump's plan. Everything that happened yesterday went according to Trump's plan. And from beginning to end.
Yeah, exactly. Everything. But this Congress should be shaking in their boots, because anybody who put that together, a 1,500-page bill, needs to be thrown out of, voted out, and we should have their names, and there should be the new company. No bill should be more than, somebody said, like 20 pages. I say it shouldn't be longer than the Constitution. To run the whole country, why are these bills so damn long? It should be topic.
That sounds good. I like that. All right, Doug. Good points. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm Matt from Jacksonville.
Matt in Jacksonville. What's on your mind?
Hey, I just heard you talking about the whole Israel thing, and, the Hamas thing, and I'm MAGA all the way.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get a different perspective. But basically, I don't see it as a binary issue, whether Hamas is bad or Israel bad, or I just think there's some more nuance to it than that.
Well, then you just don't understand what's going on. Why was Israel established in 1948?
Basically, after World War II, they needed a place to put the Jewish people.
They needed a place to put the Jews? No, not as a place to put the Jews. The Nazis, the socialists had a place to put the Jews. A few places, Dachau, Auschwitz. No. When the Holocaust, when the Nazis came to power before the war happened, and they were rounding up the Jews, no country would take them. This country was run by you Democrats, Franklin Roosevelt. Franklin Roosevelt would not allow Jews escaping Europe to come into America. And many of the Jews that were murdered in the Holocaust would not have been murdered by the socialists, the National Socialists in the Holocaust, if they had a place to go. Israel was established because of the Holocaust, so the Jews would have a homeland to go to for safety. Okay, it wasn't a place to put the Jews; it was a place for Jews to be safe. Now, in the Second World War, you familiar with Rommel, General Rommel?
I've heard the name.
He was the German general, known as the Desert Fox. Okay, The Germans were we had to fight the Germans in North Africa, right? Which is the Muslim lands, correct?
Right.
Okay. We invaded North Africa to fight the Germans. However, the Germans were welcomed in by the Muslims. Don't you understand? The Muslims, Iran, Hamas, the Palestinians, whatever you want to call them, the Muslims are trying to finish the Holocaust. They want all the Jews dead, just like the Nazis did. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I understand. I was just saying that.
Then what is this nuance? What is this that you're talking about then if you see all that?
Right. The nuance is that I have questions about how October 7th happened. I thought that Israel had a very secure border. So I have questions about how easily they were able to do that. And another thing is...
Well, slow down. We'll talk about that. Hold on. We'll talk about that, okay? How did it happen? When there is, it's like 9/11, Pearl Harbor. When there's a sneak attack, usually they're successful because it's an attack that's done in a whole different way. And when a country prepares to protect itself, they're basing their plans on things that happened in the past. So this attack on Israel, this is what happened. They trained a bunch of Muslim terrorists on how to fly ultralight aircraft. They got them hopped up on drugs, and they said, this music festival, young people, and if you've seen it, the girls, mostly very hot girls, right? Probably better looking than any girl you've ever been with. And they told them, you fly into this music festival, you have your pick. And they went in there. The reason they did it was to go in there and rape and murder and enslave these hot girls and kill Jews. That's how they got him to do it. And because they attacked Israel right on the border there with Gaza, but because they attacked Israel using these ultralight airplanes in a way that had never been done before, that's how they were able to get through the Israeli defenses.
Yeah, that makes sense. In the videos that I saw, it just seemed like there was just no defense or there was no IDF around.
Have you ever been to a music festival?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was in one a few months ago. I was in that terrible city you live in, Jacksonville, and there was a jazz festival down the street from my hotel. When you've been to a music festival, have you ever seen soldiers outside protecting it from attack by terrorists?
No, absolutely not. Live, in Israel, right in the middle of a war zone. So. Well,
no, we're being invaded right now by the southern border, but this is what happens. I'm sorry, they picked a civilian target, and they did what they did. Hamas, they have no legitimacy. The only reason that they're being entertained by Israel is because they're holding hostages. But Israel's gonna wipe them out if they don't turn over those. President Trump said, if they're not returned by Inauguration Day, they'll be all hell to pay. There's not two sides to this. There's not always two sides. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. That's what I meant by nuance. There's more to it than just good and bad.
No, it's not. No, there's not more to it. This is what it is. Okay. Hamas, the Muslims, they're backed by Iran. They want all Jews dead. Okay? Hamas is Iran. They want all Jews dead. So that's their whole purpose. There's not two sides to that. This has nothing to do with something that happened in the past. These are just anti-Semites who want all the Jews dead.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And just so you know, Brian, I'm not some liberal out there. I just have a little bit more of a nuanced opinion when it comes.
There's a lot of so-called conservatives like Mark Dice and Candace Owens that are anti-Israel. Okay, just because you're a conservative on a lot of things doesn't mean that you're not anti-Semitic or anti-Israel. There's not two sides to this issue. Just like there wasn't two sides to what the Nazis were doing. These are Nazis.
In your mind, if you're not pro-Israel, you can't be a conservative or MAGA. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. If you're not pro-Israel, you're anti-Semitic. Yes. But a lot of times, Yeah, a lot of times it's just people that don't support Israel for the most part, okay, don't understand the situation. There's not two sides to it.
Right, and that's what you're actually making my point for me. I don't think there's two sides to it. I think there's more nuance to it than that. Is what I'm saying. But Brian, just because I'm critical of an African nation doesn't mean I'm racist towards black people. So I totally disagree with
No. Because Israel is the fill in the blank. Israel is the blank state. The blank state. What fill in that blank? What is it? What?
Yes, it's the Jewish people's state.
It is the Jewish state. So if you are not supporting Israel, you're against the Jews.
I hear you, Brian, but I'm sorry. There's just a little bit more nuance to it than that, and I have a hard time agreeing with you when you say that you can't be conservative or MAGA if you don't think this one single way. I mean, President Trump just won all over the country by winning people's votes that have slightly different opinions. I agree with you on almost everything. I listen to you every
Yeah, but he didn't win by people who think the Jews should be dead, which is what Hamas thinks. It's what Iran thinks. It's what the Palestinians think.
I hear you, but that's not what I think. And that's what I meant by nuance. There's not just two sides to it. Whether you support Israel or you love Hamas.
All right. No. Yeah. There's not. Yeah. That's correct. You're either against. Listen. You're either against the Nazis or you're not. These are Nazis.
A difference of opinion. I don't agree with the Nazis.
You don't think Hamas are Nazis? You don't think Hamas and Iran are Nazis?
No. That's not what I said. I'm saying that because I don't support everything Israel does.
Well, everything they do. Listen, I don't support everything our country does. It doesn't mean I'm anti-American. However, that's a ridiculous thing to say. However, if you believe that Hamas deserves a seat at a table to have discussions and negotiations with Israel, you just don't understand the situation. You're uninformed.
I certainly don't think that at all. And I think it's a shame that Hamas was placed into power or gained power in Gaza. I think it's awful.
All right, listen, I got to run. I'm late for the break, but thanks for the calls. All right, we'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. You're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning. From the all-year cooling weather center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Welcome, everyone. If you're new, make sure you subscribe.
Today is Thursday, December 19th, 2024, and right now it's 66 degrees outside. As we go throughout the day, though, temperatures are going to reach as high as 80 degrees with partly cloudy conditions to start the day and then sunny conditions throughout the rest of the day. So make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, and have a wonderful start to your Thursday.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long.
We don't, I'll mention this way back. We don't give weapons to Israel. Israel buys them. They pay for them. Big difference.
Mm-hmm. And 45th Street. On Southern Boulevard, there's a crash at the Turnpike, and a wreck at PGA Boulevard at alternate A1A, and a crash at Coconut Boulevard at Orange Boulevard. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. That's traffic. I'm Deputy Bentley Steele.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
The poker room at PBKC is open every day with exciting cash games, high hands, bad beat jackpots, big money tournaments, and table game action like Ultimate Texas Hold'em and 3-card poker. Win big this December with Christmas cash and holiday high hand promotions, and Paddock Show tickets make great holiday gifts. For event schedule and more information, go to our website at pbkennelclub.com.
This is Mark Laporta, son of Tom Laporta and proud second-generation owner of Laporta Roofing. As a military veteran who served in the Army after 9/11, I've brought the same dedication and discipline to our family business. At Laporta Roofing, we've been serving our community for nearly 4 decades, and we're committed
If
to
you're on hold,
continuing that
hang in
legacy
there.
of excellence. Our team specializes in all types of roofing systems, from shingles to tile, slate, metal, and flat roofs. We're the go-to experts for single-family homes, HOA communities, and condo associations. What sets us apart is our unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction. I've personally implemented systems to ensure you receive the best in customer service and workmanship. Don't miss out on our limited time offer for a free roof inspection. Call us now at 954-604-4602 or visit us at laportaroofing.com. Trust the experts who have been protecting homes like yours for generations. Again, that number is 954-604-4602.
Say goodbye to the holiday hustle and hello to paradise. Margaritaville at Sea is making it easier than ever to plan your next
I'm going to go back to the
Book your spring break, summer escape, or winter retreat.
calls when we get back.
50% off cruise fares. Plus, kids sail for free. Picture turquoise waters, sandy beaches, and tropical cocktails while exploring Nassau, Grand Bahama Island, or Key West. All conveniently sailing from Palm Beach on the award-winning
Oh, I've got commercials to do.
Paradise. Don't sleep on this hill because cabins are filling fast. Give the whole family a slice of paradise they'll never forget today at margaritavilleatsea.com.
Mike Lindell is offering wholesale pricing for Christmas. The standard My Pillow, just $14.88. They've never been offered this low before. That's right, just $14.88 and free shipping.
Yeah, this shirt here, this is one of my new shirts. This is my Trump Elon Musk Doge shirt. Super cool shirt. First time I've worn it. I bought these shirts for the cruise, but they're so good I couldn't not wear them. I'll still wear them on the cruise. This shirt's awesome. All right, the countdown to Christmas has begun. We'll go back to the phones. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. All right, we've had some. I must say, we've had some pretty good calls today. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're calling for a friend. Can you speak up so I can hear your attempt at?
I'm from Ukraine.
Oh, you're calling from Ukraine. Oh, you're calling from Ukraine. Oh, I thought you said I'm calling for a friend. Oh, okay. Do you know Pavlo from Ukraine?
The internet here is the internet is sketchy here. So
really sketchy. You mean we have I don't hear any bombs or anything in the background. Sounds pretty peaceful in Ukraine.
well, you don't get bombs on a daily basis here in Ukraine. Which
Okay. Are you American? Are you American? What are you, CIA? What are you doing over there?
been living here for 10 years.
Why?
Sold my businesses. I like it. Right.
Really? You didn't?
I've always liked this country.
Let me ask you, what's it like living in a dictatorship?
It's far from a dictatorship.
Well, sure. This is great. Hold on, slow down for a second. Slow down for this is interesting. Well, if you keep saying what Zelensky wants you to say, like you're doing now, you'll have no problems. I want to just point something out to the audience, then I'll tell you what I'm talking about. This is a historic first for me in my broadcasting career. This is the first time I've gotten a call from somebody in a dictatorship, and we're actually talking. The reason I say it's a dictatorship is because Zelensky has outlawed the Russian Orthodox Church, so there's no freedom of religion. He shut down opposition media, there's no freedom of the press, and his term for president is over, and he's still in office, and has suspended elections so long as the war is going on. So that's a dictatorship, and you're in one.
Well, let me interrupt you for a minute. I don't personally adhere to the war in Ukraine. This war was started by the American government. And I can explain that to you. I saw them firsthand in a little town called Melitopol, where I first lived in Ukraine, which is now Russian occupied. I saw them bring in 5 tour buses and offer people in the street 5 times their normal salary to...
Hello? His line just went dead. There he's back. He's back now. Okay. We lost you for a second. Nah, listen. Why has Zelensky not called for a summit meeting and peace talks with Putin?
Well, again, I don't condone anything Ukraine does. This whole war is the fault of the United States and NATO.
Oh, it's our fault.
It's Russia's borders.
It's our fault.
Watched in 2014 in a town called Melitopol, Ukraine, which is now Russian occupied. I watched 5 tour buses come to this town, offer people 5 times their salary to protest in Kiev. That was all sponsored by George Soros.
Okay. Yeah.
Backdoor, the American government gave money to a group called Right Sector in Ukraine to sponsor the overthrow.
Listen, I have no, slow down for a second here. I have no doubt that the American deep state and the gangsters like Joe Biden have a large role to play in the war in Ukraine starting, okay? But President Trump, who was just overwhelmingly reelected with the popular vote, one of the things he ran on was the promise to end this war and to cut off Zelensky from money. So, yeah.
What you're not saying is Ukraine was suckered into this war by the Americans because of their hate for Russia. And where does that leave the Ukrainian people?
The American people don't support Russia or Ukraine. We just don't have a beef with Russia or Ukraine.
I'm not talking about the American people. You're right. The American people don't support the war.
Joe Biden
just does. The American government just does whatever the hell they want to do.
No. One of the reasons Joe Biden lost is because of his war profiteering and profiting off of this war.
This has been going on for decades. The American war.
I agree with you. I agree with you. That's why we're making. Excuse me. No. Here's the bottom line. Slow down for a second. The reason that President Trump picked Pete Hegseth to be the Secretary of Defense in the United States is to stop the military-industrial complex. The military-industrial complex has kept us in a non-stop state of war in this country my entire life, whether it's Afghanistan, Vietnam, Korea before I was born, and that's the way it is. We have voted for Trump and made him president again to stop the military-industrial complex. But the problem is that the dictator that runs Ukraine, that walks around dressed in these ridiculous clothes, Zelensky, he's part of the military-industrial complex, and he's glad to take their money and enrich himself and his henchmen with it.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. But see, here's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, America can neither afford it financially. They can't. You're $37 trillion in debt. You can't afford to finance all these wars around the world. And second of all, Americans better realize you're not.
Wait a second. Wait a second. You told me you're American.
I am American.
You said you. No. You said it a couple times. You Americans. You said, slow down. You said a couple of times, you Americans, not we Americans. So what are you? Are you some well-trained spy for Ukraine or Russia that has an American accent?
India, the new economy is China. You guys seem to think, America acts like a small child. When you don't get exactly what you want, you put sanctions on people.
Correct.
For the reason.
The other countries, listen, I got to run for a break, but I thank you for your call. I got to go for a break, but something's not right with you. Something's not, because I don't know, nothing you said is true, but I don't think you're an American. I don't think you're an American. I think you're some kind of agent that's been trained like those people in that FX series, The Americans. All right, it's time to take a break. We'll be right back. All right, it's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. What do you have for us today?
Well, this morning is our last workshop that we're holding for this year in the Boca Raton area. We have another one next week in Naples. So we have one this morning, and it's pretty full. However, if somebody is wanting to join, they can certainly call. We open at 8:30 and call and let us know that you're coming. We put you on the list. But the workshop is a living trust workshop, and it's going to help educate you to fill in some of those blind spots, some of the things that we don't understand, because many people walk in there thinking that all estate plans and all living trusts are the same, and people walk out understanding the differences, the nuances, the important little things that can make a huge difference in someone's, not just in your life, but the life of your loved ones.
Absolutely.
Is looking for that education so that they can be on the road to making the right decisions. Call our office and either see if you could be squeezed into the one this morning, or we'll resume them again in June.
Now and you get a lot of good information in these workshops at the Siegel Law Group. I'm going to give you the number, and again, the Siegel Law Group opens up at 8:30. So call, and they'll give you directions and everything if they can fit you into the workshop later this morning in Boca. 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. And online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll finish out the week tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Brian.
All right, take care. We're back, and that was a very good call, but something was off with that guy. That was, you know what, that was not a seminar caller. That was a propagandist. Oh. It's like a defector, maybe. It doesn't sound like a defector. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, for a minute there, I thought you knew exactly who I was, and I thought you meant the defibrillator. But this is Brian.
Hey, Brian. What's on your mind?
So I'm doing great, and the reason I'm calling, you're only 10,000 subscribers away from reaching your 100,000 mark.
That's correct. Yes, I appreciate you noticing.
Yeah. Oh, yes. But when I get out of here, I got to go to rehab. But that's another. But
not drug or alcohol rehab. You're going to no.
Physical therapy rehab.
Yes.
I don't have any quality clothes, and I mean, I want to wear that shirt proudly.
Are you watching me on YouTube?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I got a few shirts for the cruise that I ordered that are the most badass Trump shirts you've ever seen in your life, and I'm wearing, and they're so cool I couldn't wait till the cruise, so I've been wearing them. And the one I'm wearing today, it's got President Trump and Elon Musk on it, and it's my Doge shirt, and it's pretty cool shirt. Yeah, I know. I don't want to tell everybody where I got them because then when I go on the cruise, other people will be, wearing the shirt. I don't want to be on a cruise with people wearing the same clothes I'm wearing when I got something this flashy.
Yeah, but keep it up. Yeah, keep it up. You're gonna make the 100,000.
I hope.
Oh, don't. Yeah, you're gonna. It's gonna be done before the year.
I hope so. Well, I'm glad you're doing well and getting out of the hospital. I appreciate it. You letting us know. Yeah, that's right. Okay, take care, Brian. Good to hear from you. All right. It's cute. It's not, there's so few Brians out there that are MAGA. They're all like, most Brians, okay, that this stuff I've grown up, that are like in media, they're all dorks, right? Except me, of course, Or liberal. Then Bryan Cranston comes along, and I'm like, wow, we got a Brian that's really cool, and then he's like a never-Trumper jerk. So us our MAGA Brian's got to stick together. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
We just got disconnected.
The call was over.
Do you hang up on people that disagree with your political views? Is that what it is?
No. I'll tell you why. There's a couple reasons. Okay. No. First of all, I hung up on you because it was time for a commercial break. That's number one. Okay. So I had to go to a commercial break. You could count on one hand, maybe you might need the thumb of the other one, out of all my years on the air, how many times I've held a caller over a break, because I don't do that very often, because I don't like to do it for show reasons, okay? And the conversation had concluded. And then finally, there's two other things. We have a couple of rules on the show, okay? Not as many as in Ukraine, where there's a dictatorship, where you're at. But it's one call per day, and Friday is open phones. The other days of the week, you got to talk about what I'm talking about. That's the rules.
You always slip your slick comments in. I guess it's for ratings on your show. I don't know.
It's called a conversation.
Have you been to Ukraine before?
No.
Never traveled.
Why? Why would I live in Florida. Why do I need to go there?
Well, I'll tell you why, okay? Because don't judge a country that you've never been to. You act like you know everything there is to know about Ukraine, but you've never...
No, this is what I know. This is what I know. This is what I know, okay? Okay, oh, another one. Yeah, I know. Here's what I know. Zelensky's presidential term is over, and he suspended elections and said there'll be no elections as long as the war is going on. So that is No, in fact, that is not true. And during the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln had to run for re-election. And during World War I, during World War II, during Korea, during Vietnam, during the War on Terror, during the war in Iraq, we've always had elections.
War was not on your territory.
The Civil War was. The Civil War, the Democrats took up arms against the government, and Lincoln ran for re-election against a Democrat.
War in a country having war on their own territory. They can't have...
Yes.
People that are voting will get bombed.
Listen, we have had many wars in this country. We've never missed an election. Even after 9/11.
Never had one on your own...
Really? No, the War of the Civil War, the War of 1812, 9/11, the War on Terror was here. They attacked our capital on 9/11. We still had elections. It's not a war. Tell that to the 3,000 Americans that are dead. That's the
country.
Are you kidding me? All right. Here's the other thing about Ukraine and Russia, okay? Listen, here's the other thing about Ukraine and Russia, okay? I don't care. It's none of our concern. It is as far as I'm concerned, it's a civil war.
Well, you know what? Nobody would care either, but why does America always poke their nose in all over the world?
Because we have a very evil man as president right now, Joe Biden, okay? And people like Vindman in the deep state. But Americans don't care about Russia and Ukraine. It's not our fight.
You lost a 21-year war, $4 trillion.
I thought you were one of us. In that Russian-Ukrainian spy school where they train you to sound like an American, they got to get you the proper language here. Yeah, that was Biden. Listen, I'm going to... Not mine. Listen, I'm going to run because I got another break coming up, but it's one call per day. I let you have two. Excuse me. It's one call per day. I let you have two. So you can call me back on another day.
Fine.
But not today.
About the issues.
No, I'm not going to hand the show over to some Zelensky apologist.
Good day.
Yes, I will. Oh, my goodness. No, he's not an American. I don't care if he has an American accent. Maybe he's Canadian. I didn't hear any abouts or anything, but it's not an American. I want to tell you guys, though, about Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain treatment, which is amazing. Listen, Christmas is right around the corner. The new year will be here. Start the new year. Go through the Christmas holidays pain-free. Go see Dr. Appleton. Take advantage of his laser away pain treatment. It works on every type of pain I've ever heard. Appointments are not necessary. Walk-ins are welcome, even on Saturdays with Dr. Appleton. He performs all the laser treatments himself, which I thought I was getting VIP treatment, but no, everybody gets VIP treatment with Dr. Appleton, which is a good thing. No assistants, no nurse does the treatment. Dr. Appleton performs all the laser treatments yourself. And let me tell you, he is so highly skilled. I don't know how many patients he's seen in his career, but he has skills, man. I tell him where I'm hurting. He's able to determine exactly where the pain is coming from, right? And he treats that spot with the laser treatment. That's why, the laser repairs the damage causing the pain. That's why my pain is not returned after he's treated me. He's amazing. Give him a call and say bye-bye to your pain. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonCairo.com. That's AppletonCairo.com. All right, 2 hours down, 1 to go. Do you guys think that guy's an American, or is he like a spy? What do you guys think? We'll be right back after this. Yeah, he kept saying you. He didn't say we Americans. Exactly. He said it several times. You Americans. It's like Tokyo Rose, maybe. If you're on hold, hang in there. I'd like to hear you guys. Give me a call. Tell me your thoughts on that caller. I want to tell you something about it when we get back.
too. Go to JupiterJoe.com or call 561-743-0999.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business for 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
When you need lab,
We'll be back right after
waste
this.
hours and hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs. Go to any lab test now with Boca and any lab test now with Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere. No appointment, doctor's order, or prescription is needed, and you're in and out in 15 minutes or less. They offer every lab and blood work your doctor could order. They even have drug testing and STD testing. Take control of your health care and visit any lab test now with Boca and any lab test now with Coral Springs. There's lots of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to any lab test now with Boca and any lab test now with Coral Springs. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Alrighty, we are back 5 minutes after the hour. Callers on hold, stand by. Okay, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that last caller. I did check during the break. I tell you, this is really interesting. You know, it's really, do I not have a cool gig here or what? You know, I remember somebody was going to hire me to do a show somewhere, and I turned it down. This was quite a while back, and they asked me, you know, what would you like to do? This was a while back, you know, like on the air. And I said, well, I'd like to be able to go to the phones and say, New York, you're on the air. Miami, you're on the air, you know, and I got that. Kind of did that on my own with all my internet stuff. I never dreamed of getting calls from around the world, which we do. We get calls on this program regularly from the UK. You know, our promo code Kane at mypillow.com works in the UK. And they get a lot of business from us, MyPillow from the UK. We have a lot of people in Australia. We hear from people all over the world on the phones. And he was calling from Ukraine. I checked during the break, and which I disable where I don't see caller ID when I'm on the air. But I went and checked. I had to go in the back and check, and he was actually calling me from Ukraine. I don't know what his full story is, if he's an American or not. He kept you Americans, and he was rooting for the downfall. You're not number one! You're not number one! China! You know, that was like, if he's an American, I was talking to Tokyo Rose, okay? Not an American. But I don't think he's an American. I think he's someone who's been educated to sound like an American, but I guess he's not fully done with the spy school training because he messed up a few times. Maybe they had them call me to do some practice. But they got to get him back in that spy school where he says us and we, not you. Okay? All right. Let's go to the phones. 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
For Dave.
Okay. What's up, Dave?
Hey, yeah, I think we should just keep our nose out of Israel.
Israel?
Fight it out between,
Really? Just let them fight it out?
not our borders. Not our borders. Don't give them care.
You don't care about you don't care about the Jews? They're trying to kill all the Jews.
I don't care.
Well, you're sick. You're sick. You're sick. Because you're sick.
Tell them the weapon.
Are you opposed? Let me ask you. This is wow. Are you opposed to genocide?
I'm opposed to keeping our nose where it don't belong.
We're not fighting in Israel. Excuse me. We're not fighting in Israel. You're aware of that, right? We don't have troops there.
Yep, and that's the way it should be.
Okay, so you support what we're doing with Israel?
Tell them the weapons. I don't care. Make money off of them.
Okay.
Fight it out between. So.
What? So you have no. So you're not on either side. You don't care.
I don't care.
Really? I mean, you're in Michigan. You know, Michigan's been overrun by Muslims, jihadi supporters. Are you Christian? What's your religion? What's your religion?
The whole thing of Michigan, the whole thing of Michigan's been run over.
What?
So stupid. It's pathetic.
Well, hey, listen. My governor's not Whitmer.
No, you got that weirdo down there.
Who's that? Who's the weirdo? You're.
All the same.
I don't know. You said he's a weirdo. Governor Whitmer. The governor. Are you high? Governor Whitmer had that Fauci pillow behind her. You don't think that's weird?
Oh yeah. She's. I don't vote for her. That's a job too.
Okay, so you think she's a nut job? Okay, so on that we agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, whatever side you're on is certainly a nut job side.
Whatever. I'm the voice of reason.
Really?
Once in a while.
The voice of reason? So what if Hamas won and killed all the Jews in Israel, that wouldn't bother you?
No.
You're a psycho. You're insane.
Call me insane. Oh no. Oh well, you hurt my feelings.
No, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I mean, you're a sicko. You're a sicko. So if genocide, if a people are wiped out through genocide, that doesn't bother you? You're heartless. What is your religion? What's your religion?
What's my religion?
Are you Christian? Are you Jewish? Are you Muslim? Are you Scientologist? What are you?
Don't worry about it. It's none of your business. I said, let them find it out. What's the matter with saying that?
There's something about you that's not right on this.
Yes. There's something not right.
Why? Yeah. Why will you not? I'm Christian. I'm Christian.
It's a low intelligence.
Yeah. So what's your religion? It has something to do with your viewpoints. Are you Muslim?
I could be Catholic. I could be Christian. I could be Baptist. Why does it matter?
Those are all the same religion as the Christianity.
Okay. So.
Are you Muslim?
No, I'm not Muslim.
Are you Christian?
I could be.
You could be?
Sure.
Sure, you could say that? Do you mean it? Do you accept Jesus as your savior?
It has no bearing upon the result that I care about.
What do you have a job?
Yes, I have a job.
What?
Truck driver.
Oh, the truck driver. Okay. You're really a scary dude, and I'll tell you why. Because I know I'm a weirdo. I know. Let me tell you what scares me about you. Okay? You think like a serial killer thinks. You are a sick, sadistic person. You're a sociopath.
You know what scares me about you? Nothing, because nobody calls you. That guy got on the air so quickly.
Nobody calls me. If then who are you? Then why are you calling me?
Because I'm bored.
Because you're bored. No, people call me. There's people on hold. You're talking to me.
Yep. Got right through.
So did you know? No, you were on hold during the break. But did you notice? If nobody called me, I wouldn't be talking to you or the other people I've talked to this morning. When I said you're a sociopath, that triggered you. Because then you started saying, oh, you're a nothing, you're a nobody. Nobody calls you even though I'm calling. When I called you a sociopath, something about that triggered you.
You would never trigger me.
Yeah, I know. Keep saying if you keep saying I'm nothing, maybe you'll convince yourself of that.
And maybe you might get a couple more listeners off this. Woo!
Yeah, I have no.
Listen.
The what?
You and MAGA, go ahead. Followers of MAGA.
MAGA. One of the richest man in the world is MAGA, Elon Musk. You're saying you're more intelligent than Elon Musk, who sends rockets into space?
Look at that Tesla truck. What a buffoon.
Yeah, he sells the minimum.
Yeah, people send rockets.
No, he sends the rockets into space all the time. I watch them take off all the time right here in Florida. Has anybody ever told you you're a psychopath? I mean, you're insane. You are not a sane person.
Okay.
You're crazy. No, I think it's the opinion of anybody who's listening. All right, take care. Oh my goodness. Is that guy, does he sound like a psychopath to you, that guy? Does he? He does sound like a psychopath to me. That's pretty scary stuff. Oh my goodness. All right, if you're on hold, hang in there. I'm Brian. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, the Steve Kane Show. I want to talk to you about Sloman's. You know, the Sloman's free doorbell camera offer with the installation of your Sloman Shield is a great Christmas gift, guys. Call. You can give it to yourself and your family in your home, but you can also take advantage of this for mom and dad or your adult kids. Get them the doorbell camera with the installation of a Sloman Shield in their home. They'll love it. Sloman's is also, I mean, it's a great thing. I have it. I love it. Sloman's is also going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. They're going to give you an LED touchscreen, a motion detector, 10 contacts for the doors and windows, a lifetime warranty, and a backup battery. Plus, you'll receive a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with the installation of your Sloman Shield. Here's the number, 1-833-283-5050. 1-833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050. Makes a great Christmas gift, guys. We'll be right back. That's a scary guy to talk to. That's a scary dude. Steve, you there?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been listening?
I haven't heard a word yet.
Oh my gosh.
Just fill me in for...
No, I can't even explain what we've had some really. The last couple of callers have been, okay, all right. Well, we'll go to the phones about it, but I'll fill you in as we go. Okay, all right. Steve wasn't feeling too well today, so he wasn't going to come on, but now he's here.
Listen to Richie the bus driver. Go see Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633.
The new year is a fresh start.
No, one call per day.
Bring in 2025 and the next generation of luxury Amrit Resort. It begins with the inspired ocean view dining experience, a 5-course lavish dinner, then party into the night with food stations, open bar, dancing, live music, and
One call per day.
we even offer wine pairing and premier chef
You guys can rewind the show and hear it again on YouTube.
with flexible dining times, party admission, or both. You can easily add overnight accommodations for the ultimate kickoff to 2025 at Amrit Ocean Resort on Singer Island, a next-generation luxury wellness resort merging Eastern principles with Western luxury. Raise a toast. Start the new year in style. We promise you'll be back again and again in 2025 once you get a taste of Amrit. Reserve your spot today before they sell out. Available on OpenTable or at amritocean.com. That's AMRITOcean.com.
Brian Craig here. If you're a homeowner, business owner, or with a homeowners association and your roof is old or compromised, you need to call Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. With a AAA credit rating and bonded up to $10 million, Laporta Contracting doesn't need a large deposit like those other contractors do. Typical deposits other contractors want are 1/3 of the contract. If your job is $30,000, that's a $10,000 deposit. If your job is $300,000, that's $100,000.
I'm at a radio station.
What are they doing with your money? Typically, it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get a permit. In HOAs, much longer. If they need money for the materials, they don't have credit with the suppliers, and that spells bad news for the homeowner or
No,
HOA.
it's a radio station. We're in an office. I'm on the second floor of an office building in a big complex.
Don't need. Laporta Contracting has been in the roofing and contracting business.
Well,
since
subscribe and keep watching. You'll figure it out.
cover the east and west coast of Florida and everywhere in between. Tom Laporta can handle any type of roofing job too. Residential roofing and repair, commercial roofs, schools, municipal buildings, office buildings, emergency repairs if it's roofing.
I tell you, Christmas time, man.
Call Tom Laporta right now on his cell phone, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. And online, LaportaContracting.com. Now back to the Steve Kane Show.
All right, callers on hold. Stand by. We'll go to the phone shortly. I'm Brian, to Steve Kane Show. Steve joining us. Hey, Steve. Oh, my. Well, yeah, I know. You weren't feeling well, so you weren't going to be here today.
Little screw up with my producer.
Oh, well, you know. That happens. That's true. That's right. I know. I that's what I used to tell some of the guys I board op for, you know, that were trying to. Well, I don't know if this is the planet Earth. If you've been listening to today's show, let's just go to the calls and we'll get filled in as the conversation goes on. I've been talking to, the people have been holding for a while, but let's just take the calls and I'll explain as we go, okay? Let's see here. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joellen from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Joellen.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, Dave is a psychopath, and I'm frightened to think that somebody lives in Michigan.
That was, let me tell you, that Steve, the last caller was like I was talking to BTK, I felt like. It was really creepy.
Yeah, he is creepy.
Yeah.
He's a truck driver. It starts me thinking about a lot of things.
He's really a truck driver because he called before and I asked him to honk the horn and he honked the truck horn. So he's a truck driver. Pretty scary.
Yeah. Anyway, the reason I'm calling, I'm sorry that if I'm off topic, but I wanted to talk about the CR.
No, I was talking about that the whole first hour. Yeah, it was great.
You were? Yeah, I just joined. So anyways, I don't know if it was mentioned, but Joyce Kaufman said she read through it. And she said that shields the Congress from looking into the J6 records. Like no.
How many pages is this, Bill?
It's 1,500.
So when did Joyce Kaufman read the 1,500 pages?
Well, I
of legalese.
I'm just saying what she reported. So it just
reported.
Why something like that in. I'm just saying that it's scary to think that you can't look into it.
No, here, okay, hey, Steve, let me give you this, Joe, I'll give you the summary of the bill. Can I talk? Oh, you with us, Steve? Okay. Yeah, okay. Let me tell you what happened with the budget. It doesn't, by the way, Joyce, do you think she read 1,500 pages of the bill, Steve? Yeah, back to her old, you know what I learn about people as they get older? When people get older, their traits become more pronounced. And their negative traits, sometimes people become nicer and their positive traits, because sometimes people's negative traits come more pronounced. And if Joyce said that, I didn't hear it, I'm taking Joellen's word, if Joyce said that, one of her very negative traits is becoming pronounced again, but anyway, the Whoppers. Remember the Whoppers, Steve?
I don't think my mic is on.
You're on.
I'm on?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
They don't hear me in my headset.
Okay, but I can hear you. You're fine.
All right.
But anyway, okay, let me tell you, Joellen and Steve, what happened with this. Okay. Everything happened according to Trump's plan. And I'll tell you, okay, first of all, Elon Musk and Trump are partners. Don't let anybody tell you that there's a fight over who's in charge. Because last night, when all this was over, you know what Elon Musk did? He had dinner at Mar-a-Lago with President Trump and Jeff Bezos' wife that flies helicopters, okay? So everything's fine. What President Trump did, okay, with Elon Musk was establish the power and influence of Elon Musk. Elon Musk came out and said, anyone who votes against this, I'm going to use my own money and you're going to get primaried out. So he's established Elon Musk as his proxy on all these things involving government spending with the Doge. He's also, President Trump established that his presidency has already started 32 days early. that he's already in charge and running things. No president-elect in my lifetime has ever been responsible for legislation passing or failing. He just did it. So when January 20th comes around, there's not going to be any transition period. Yesterday was the transition. So far as Mike Johnson, I'm giving you the summary of the first hour, okay, in just a second, and just a couple of seconds, okay. Mike Johnson, everyone's griping, oh, we got to get rid of him. Mike Johnson has been with President Trump every minute since election night, and Mike Johnson was working for Trump too, to establish him. He's in charge, and Elon's his proxy. Elon Musk is to Donald Trump what Bobby Kennedy was to President Kennedy. This is perfect. We got everything we wanted. And we don't need to go through like we're some type of accountants and go through line by line. Any bill that they're passing, we know is filled with garbage and pork and crap, okay? I don't have to say I read it to tell you that. This was beautiful for Trump, Elon Musk, and MAGA Mike Johnson yesterday. Everything's going according to Trump's plan.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I just heard that. I don't listen usually to her at all, but she was after the previous show. So, anyways, it concerns me.
Now, when you were listening, now let me ask you, when you were listening to the Joyce Kaufman show, were you at home? Oh, okay.
She was a carryover from Bongino, and I had not changed the...
Oh, you couldn't get to the radio fast enough. Okay, you were trying. You couldn't get to the radio fast enough, and you heard a little bit. Okay, because I was going to ask you. I was still going to do the joke. I was going to ask you if you were at home listening or in your car, because it can be hazardous to driving while listening to the Joyce Kaufman show. You don't want to fall. You don't want. Okay, I don't listen either, but you don't want to fall asleep at the wheel while you're driving. All right, Joellen, thanks for the call. Oh my goodness. Oh, I read the 1,500 pages. Oh my gosh, you got to read Atlas Shrugged next? All right, let's... I miss the Whoppers, Steve. Don't you miss the Whoppers? It was... Yeah, it was fun. Fun. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. Once. Oh, you just made it. I was trying to hang up on you almost as fast as Joellen was trying to turn the radio off before Kaufman came on.
Sorry, Brian.
What's your name? What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
I'm from Guam. My name is Irene.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, Irene from Guam. Yes. What's on your mind?
Forgive me. I was kind of caught off guard. I wasn't sure whether you were talking to me.
That's you. You're on the air.
Yeah, I just want to tell you thank you so much. It really helps to listen to your show because being so far away and so in support in every way of President Trump, you really helped me to keep my hair on my head.
Well, that's good. I heard a really good story. You're calling from Guam. I mean, we're all over the place. Guam, Ukraine. I'm glad I don't pay the phone bill. Oh, boy. No, it's all done through the internet, so it doesn't. I heard a really amazing story from Guam the other day. Listen to this, Steve. This terrible tragedy happened. This woman was murdered. You may know this story since you're calling from Guam. Steve, this woman was murdered by her boyfriend. They went on a vacation and he murdered her. And he got away and the police couldn't find him. The woman's mother was a retired police detective from Guam. She's a grandmother. And this retired lady detective from the Guam Police Department, who's retired and a grandma, tracked this guy down to Central America and brought her daughter's killer to justice. It was amazing. Have you heard this story? I figure you're in Guam. It must...
No, Brian.
Look it up.
I'm horrible. I just completely cut myself off, not only from media in general, but even local media.
But not us. But look up that story. Look that up. It's an amazing... Guam doesn't make the news too often.
Yeah, well, we're a little tiny little bit out here in the Western Pacific.
Yeah.
We do have some diehard patriots. Actually, we love the United States.
Now, well, wait a minute. You are the United States. You're a territory. You are.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that gentleman that called from Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of, hear me out a little bit here. Sometimes, just like what you just brought up, I know I am an American. I'm also a Guamanian, or what we call here Chamorro. But when I refer to the United States, sometimes I say it as if I'm not the United States, because we have a very strong culture here, and we do identify and love our culture.
Are you? I forgot what the name is. My mind just went blank. Like what do the Hawaiians call themselves? Not Hawaiians. There's a type of person, like an ethnicity.
Haole?
I don't know, but are you? Are you like the same? Are being like a native from Guam? Are you like the same thing as the Hawaiians are?
Chamorro.
Are you?
Chamorro. We're called Chamorro.
So you're like Hawaiian, even though you're in Guam. You're the same people.
No. we have a more of a Filipino, Hispanic, Spanish influence.
Oh, okay.
We have our local language. Our when I say local, English is our official language, but our local language is has a lot of mixed sounds. Spanish.
Oh, it sounds Spanish. Well, listen. I got to run, but I appreciate the call from Guam and MAGA from Guam. I love it. All right, take care. Matt. Yep. Yes. Well, thank you for listening. All right, take care. Boy, we're getting calls from all over the planet today. Guam, Ukraine, the nut house from that guy in Michigan. If you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve is here. I did not expect you today because you told me you were sick. But you're here and you sound great. And that's okay. You sound fine. You don't sound sick to me. You sound good. All right, if you're on hold, hang in there. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. You're going to really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning. From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Marone from the All-Year Cooling Weather Center. Today is Thursday, December 19th, 2024, and right now it's 66 degrees outside. As we go throughout the day, though, temperatures are going to reach as high as 80 degrees with partly cloudy conditions to start the day, and then sunny conditions throughout the rest of the day. So make sure you stay cool, stay hydrated, and have a wonderful start to your Thursday.
Weather brought to you by All Year Cooling. Enjoy free AC replacement estimates along with same-day service and installation. Visit allyearcooling.com to schedule your service today. And remember, the All Year family is here to serve your family all year long. And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
There's fog in certain areas that's slowly burning off. This traffic report sponsored by eBay. On I-95 in the North Lake area, there's some foggy conditions, and along the turnpike in West Palm Beach and Okeechobee. On I-95 heading northbound, it's heavy from Lantana Road into 45th Street, and it's slow from the turnpike between Lake Worth Road and Southern Boulevard. There's a bad collision on Southern Boulevard heading westbound, approaching the turnpike, blocking 2 left lanes. And a crash at PGA Boulevard at alternate A1A and at Glades Road just east of I-95. We all got a thing, yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cars, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay, things people love. That's traffic. I'm Beverly Bentley Steele.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. The poker room at PBKC is open every day with exciting cash games, high hands, bad beat jackpots, big money tournaments, and table game action like Ultimate Texas Hold'em and 3-card poker. Win big this December with Christmas cash and holiday high hand promotions, and Paddock Show tickets make great holiday gifts. For event schedule and more information, go to our website at pbkennelclub.com.
Mike Lindell is offering wholesale pricing for Christmas. The standard MyPillow, just $14.88. They've never been offered this low before. That's right, just $14.88 and free shipping on orders over $75. So go to MyPillow.com right now and use our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, and get the standard MyPillow for just $14.88, the lowest price ever. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane.
The largest Kia year-end sales event ever is happening right now, only at one location, City Kia of Greater Orlando, just off the Florida Turnpike. Drive a little, save a lot. Make that switch to City Kia. The largest year-end sell-a-thon ever is going on right now in City Kia. If you're looking for a new Toyota, Honda, Chevy, or any other stock, please don't pay more for less. Nobody beats a City Kia deal. No one. The largest discounts ever offered are available now. Save up to $17,000 on a new City Kia. Interest rates as low as 0%. New Kia Sportage from only $149 a month. New Kia K4s from only $189 a month. All offers on select terms and models with approved credit. Upside down on your trade, 10, 12, 15,000. City Kia to the rescue. The largest Kia year-end sales event ever is happening right now, only at one location. City Kia of Greater Orlando, just off the Florida Turnpike. Drive a little, save a lot.
It's random.
It's City Kia's year-end sell-a-thon. Happy holiday. Visit us at citykia.com.
Yeah, no, it just happens randomly during the
I want to
breaks.
stay here and wait.
Yeah, it was like talking, and I had nothing on.
Was the Q? You said the Q speaker, right?
Yeah.
The
only thing that was on this time it happened was the phone, and there's no phones on.
Was the pot like on while you did it?
The pot's on now, but there's no calls on.
What I'm saying though,
Just now, it just happened, just before I came in.
Turn off the pot for a second.
It's happened. It's not going on now. It just was like a little mumbling. It's happened like twice in the last half hour. So strange. First time I thought, oh, I've got something on that's coming through, but there's nothing on. It's just the phone.
And you wouldn't hear it unless the other pods.
That's right.
Are on cue. So that
Crazy.
has to be something from the phone.
It was like talking.
That's it. You know what I could think of too? Because when we hang up, right? Sometimes, because like, especially when the lines are full, and then I try to take one of the lines to call Youngman or single, they're still on for a few more seconds. Like the person's still on, so maybe when you hung up the one
with the line dead, maybe
it was still like lingering for a few seconds.
Oh, I see what you mean. Maybe.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Well, the callers on hold hear the delay.
Yeah.
But it was a woman's voice. I couldn't make it out because it was like in the background.
It might have been one caller. Maybe after you hung up.
Maybe.
It was still not processed to finish hung up.
It was really weird.
I don't want to wait and listen.
Yeah, I doubt it'll happen again. It's just random, and it's only during the breaks because when my mic's on, it's muted the speaker. It's very strange.
I'm gonna stay and listen. Because now I really want to. I want to get down to it just in case it happens. Because the second I leave, I know it's gonna happen.
I thought I was imagining it, but it was a woman. It sounded like. Well, it won't happen now because my mic will be on and it'll mute the speaker.
It's so weird.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian Steve Kane Show. You back with us, Steve? Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, I know what it is. I figured it out. I figured it out. Never mind. I'll tell you after. I figured it was. Yeah, I figured. Okay. No, I was nothing. Let's just go to the phones. It's just me getting crazy. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes.
This is Frank from Boca.
Yes.
Brian, I voted for Trump twice, but I've always had one big disagreement with him, and that's his tariff policy. But first, let me say I got very lucky yesterday. Monday and Tuesday, I sold 90% of my stocks and funds, and the market had a huge drop as soon as I finished. Now, when Trump told Trudeau he would slap a 25% tax on Canada, our biggest trading partner, I decided to sell.
Well, hold on, slow down a second. There's not going to be any raise in the import tax from Canada. Trump has said that if they play ball and do what he wants to do. If they stop bringing in illegals, terrorists, and fentanyl and other poisonous drugs, there'll be no tariff.
Well, I've always said that all these illegals that are crossing into the border with Biden's open border policy, if we stopped giving them free handouts, they would stop coming. The only people would come would be like these Mexicans that pick the oranges because they have a job.
The Mexicans, they have machines that pick the oranges now. But here's the thing. There's not going to be any tariffs if they play ball. There's a threat of them if you don't bend to Trump's will. And look what happened. Trudeau came down here and sucked up to Trump so fast. So it's not going to be any tariffs. You sure you don't watch MSNBC?
Yeah.
You sound like you watch MSNBC or The View.
No, I don't. In fact, Fox News said yesterday that the market dropped 1,100 points because they believe that Trump might impose tariff taxes on Canada. But I agree with you. I hope Canada plays ball.
It's a bluff.
Yeah. Now, you're right, Brian, because everybody thinks other customers will surrender because we're everyone's best customers. But I think you'll agree with this, that we are not. We may be their biggest customer, but not their best. A good customer is someone who pays for your product or service. A customer who you have to loan money in order to buy your products.
Okay. Now you're not a young man. You're how old are you?
I'm 68 years old.
68 years old. Okay. Well, 68 ain't what it used to be. Okay. It's not. But anyway, as you get older, you're middle-aged at 68. Okay. The other day, President Trump, you may have seen this. He had a press conference at Mar-a-Lago. Did you see it? Okay. He brought this businessman in from China. And the businessman announced that he is going to invest in America $100 billion with a B, mostly in technology sectors, focusing on artificial intelligence, and create thousands of jobs, like 100,000 jobs. I've never seen anything like that happen. Have you? When a president has a press conference prior to Trump, they always tell us how much money they're giving to Africa, how much they're giving to Japan, how much they're giving to Latin America. Have you ever seen a president-elect, announce with a foreigner that they're bringing money back home? I've never seen anything like that. Have you?
No, but you know what? You're right. All this money we're giving to third world countries, but we can't give a penny to the survivors in North Carolina from the hurricane. That's outrageous.
Well, there's a reason why we give foreign aid. The foreign aid is to have power over them. So that, remember, President Trump, he's getting all these Latin American countries to do what they did in his first term, take back their illegals and their gangbangers. And remember how he does it? He says, if you don't, he called up one of the Central American countries. I can't remember which one. He says, you got to take back your MS-13. They said no. He says, I'm going to cut off your foreign aid from us. He says, no, you won't. He hung up the phone, gave the order to cut off the deposits. The president called him back like a half hour later and said, we'll take all our MS-13. The foreign aid is how we get these countries to do what we want them to do. It's
Brian, don't you? Now, I've looked into this issue, but a lot of that foreign aid really goes to their militaries in the corrupt.
It doesn't matter. Okay, the corrupt president of Mexico. If you're the president of Mexico, you're corrupt, right? You're in with the cartels. Okay, this lady Presidente de Mexico, when Trump mentioned tariffs, she sent her army out and stopped multiple caravans of illegals marching towards our country, and is about to shut down her northern border. That's what the tariffs did. Not going to raise the tariffs. He just said, if you don't do what I want, I am going to. And she did what he wanted on a dime, almost the same day.
Well, you know what? Like I said, I agree with you, and I voted for Trump twice because if we do have tariffs, that'll be new bureaucracies. And already, because of Biden and the Democrats, business people are regulations instead of being effective.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, okay. No, Trump's right, though, on the tariffs. Hey, appreciate the call, man. Take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, hello?
Yes. Yeah,
IB, hey, Uncle Steve, how you been? Good. Nice to know you. Nice to know you're feeling okay, man. Miss you. Hey, Brian, nice shirt.
Thank you.
Variable. All the lawfare they've done, shooting and everything. Trump always makes the money on the negatives, and you wouldn't be wearing that shirt today if we didn't have the lawfare. But this is why I say variables. They can't predict the future. I want to comment just on that guy from Ukraine. He spoke deliberate in the way of a debate, not a conversation, and he wanted us to believe what he was saying. I don't understand where he's coming from. The important thing about the bill, these people don't understand the master right now, the master that controls the master board of the computer, the AI, is Elon Musk. They don't know who they're dealing with now. Everything is computerized, so we can read the bills and pick out the pieces.
I mean, look at what these, listen, Ivy, look who these people are up against, right? Donald Trump dodged a speeding bullet. That means he's Superman. And Elon Musk is not just the richest man in the world, he's the richest man who has ever lived during the entire history of the human race. And he sends rockets to space like every day almost. So that's, no, his rockets always come back. That wasn't his rocket. So that's who we've got, right? Who do they have? They got Schumer and AOC.
New being.
All right. Hey, listen, I appreciate the call, IB. On that note, all right, we'll take our last break and be back. All right, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how are the metals looking?
Metals looking interesting, actually, because yesterday's great drop of all the markets after the Fed did what they anticipated doing, which was lower the interest rates by 1/4 point, but then changing some talk, saying that they did not see the possibility of not doing any more drops in interest rates next year, depending on the data, and that sent all of the markets falling very quickly. Stock market losing over 1,100 points, the NASDAQ over 700 points down, and gold lost $62.70 following all the rest of the markets. The range yesterday on gold, 25.82 on the low, and the high was 26.52. So huge range, big drop, $62.70, giving us a great buying opportunity. Gold closing out the day at $2,583.60. Silver was down $1.15 at $29.33 the ounce. Platinum lost $20 at $9.17, and palladium was down $34 at $888. Overnight, we saw gold trade in a range of $2,580 on the low, and got all the way up to $2,629. Right now, we're at $2,602 the ounce. That's up $18.40. Silver down 13 cents at $29.20 the ounce. Platinum up $9 at $9.26, and palladium up $8 at $8.96. So still a great buying opportunity today. How long it will remain down here, we'll have to wait and see. But again, nice pullback to give everybody a buying opportunity.
It is gold especially, but silver too. If you're a silver person.
Absolutely. Silver down $1.15 yesterday.
Yeah, there you go, guys. William Youngerman opens up at 10. Stop in. Remember, all the metals at William Youngerman's are available for immediate delivery. His address, 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road, on the first floor of the Bank of America building. And when you go into the building, William Youngerman's shop is right across the hall from the bank lobby. You can give him a call, toll-free, 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. And online, WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman will finish out the week tomorrow.
Okay, have a great day.
All right, and I want to recommend another great Christmas gift that you guys can give to, well, to yourself, but also to the lady in your life, and that is the gift of getting your testosterone back. Let me tell you guys, your wives, your lady friends will, they'll love you a lot more when you got your libido back and that erectile dysfunction is gone, and you got your energy back when you get your testosterone back. And of course, I'm talking about Game Day Men's Health. They've gotten my life back together. And, you know, when you go to Game Day Men's Health, they're going to test your testosterone right there. Tell you what it is. And I was in shock, Steve, at how low mine was. Give them a call, 561-355-5341. Get your life back. Get your libido back. Get your erection back. And get your testosterone back. I had low testosterone. Not anymore. I have the testosterone level of a 20-year-old. 561-355-5341. That's 561-355-5341. And I'm not kidding. It's a great Christmas gift to get your testosterone back to your wife or your lady friend, guys. All right, we're back. You want to go back to the phone, Steve? All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Danielle from Boynton Beach. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Boynton?
Good morning. What's up?
Yes. Good morning. So I just wanted to talk about the CR of yesterday. So I did my calculation, and based on their salary of $170,000, so they vote themselves a raise of $68,000. And you ask yourself, us, the working class, most of us, not owner, just working, 3.5% of your, that you get your raise when you do a good job. I was like, my blood pressure was sky high, and I said, 68,000. And the other thing that I noticed, Brian, is we don't talk about $1 million. Everything is billion. So just to remind people, $1 billion is $1,000 million.
Yeah, and you got to understand, most of these congressmen, their families have all these fake jobs with all these donor companies. They're all loaded. The congressional salary is just their cigar money.
I invite people to call. I call them. I have the number, the 202.
No numbers. We're not giving numbers out.
Sorry.
No, all right.
But I just want to say, Brian, they really talk. We're just a bunch of stupid people here paying our taxes. It's like a slap in your face. But.
Well, a lot of it, I appreciate the call. Steve, a lot of this is, the Congress we have now, the people in Washington now, this is it. They've been deposed by MAGA. So they're trying to just steal a little bit of money here in the end. That's it. If they get they're not going to get away with it, but if they did, they did. Trump will be back January 20th, and then everything will be fine. I just can't get too upset about it. I know a lot of people are claiming that they've read the bill and they're going through the lines of the bill and they're doing all this. I just can't get myself to be concerned about what's going on. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Steve?
We got to say no.
Well, we did. Trump stopped it. He defeated them. He's already running the show.
And when did this happen? Because when I went to bed...
Well, I saw Mike Johnson this morning, and it's, they're going to put it off till next year. So Trump will be back, so nothing's going to get passed. I'm not going to sign any of this garbage. Are you kidding?
I hope you're right. I don't know what...
Yeah.
Strange things happen after I go to sleep.
Yeah, a lot of things happen when I'm awake, when I'm asleep. But I'll tell you what, Trump's always up, and what he did was amazing. He's already established himself as the president. No president-elect has done this before. None. And it's a miracle, and it's exciting. And I got it's the golden age of America. The golden age of America. Yeah, it's like the 50s. That was like, after the war,
I was there.
I wasn't. I've seen some film noir movies. That's about it. But that's it. America's back, and we're winning. I'm sorry. And if I love that President Trump's doing the transition here in Florida and not up in Washington. Because all these people got to come here, and it's easy to keep track on who's coming in to suck up. Bezos yesterday, who owns the Washington Post, and Amazon. That was huge. We got Zuckerberg. They're all coming down here. It really shows you who is in charge. And I love what President Trump said the other day. He says if Hamas doesn't release the hostages by Inauguration Day, they'll be held to pay. Oh! Yeah, there's a new sheriff in town. That's That's awesome. I mean, well, a lot of Republicans, so some of the callers today and some people that are doing shows, a lot of Republicans like to feel like losers. They don't, they can't take a win. I mean, this is, it's such a historic time. The other president-elect periods are not, what usually happens when presidents are in their president-elect period, it's a vacation. Because they know the next 4 years they're going to be working day and night, right? So they do nothing. I don't think we've ever had a working president-elect ever. I don't remember one. They go back home or they go stay at the they do nothing. And not only is he working, but he's getting legislation defeated. Like this budget. And when's the last time you heard? Yeah, and when is the last time you heard anybody in the media say something negative about Pete Hegseth? It's been like a week, maybe 2. That's a done deal. We got Pete Hegseth. We got, look.
Feel better when it's over.
Well, there will always be something. It's never going to be over, right? The struggle will continue. They're not just sitting back and saying, well, he won and we're going to take off, But we've defeated them on the budget. We got, they're not even attacking Kash Patel. We got Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, Pete Hegseth. There's not even any negative coverage of them anymore because it's because we're winning. Oh, no, this is... Oh, yeah. Yeah. When Elon Musk came out yesterday and said, if you support this bill, I'm going to use my own money and primary you out, that's what did it right there. Flipped it right there. And I was talking about how these people on the left are saying, oh, this rich guy, how can he do this? They don't seem to mind it when George Soros does it. So we got Elon Musk who's richer than him, and all of a sudden it's a crime. Come on. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield.
Oh, hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Hi, Steve. How are you today? Yeah, a tremendous point, Brian. This thing that President Trump has already established himself on the international stage. He's not even taken the oath yet, and he is a force to be reckoned with, especially the Middle East, Hamas, and all that. I don't think I've ever seen anybody even close to that.
Never.
A lot of times, these guys don't even establish themselves for quite a while once they take the oath. But President Trump has already established himself. He's got world leaders coming to see him. He's got the guy from Canada. He's talking to Netanyahu. He is a force to be reckoned with, and he's got like 32 days to go, before he even takes the oath.
Well, that's the mandate. We've never had, another thing too is when we've had Republicans win things before, but as soon as they win, they act like losers and want to start making deals with Democrats. We've never had a Republican when we've had a Republican Congress and the president, and we got the Supreme Court too, but we've never had them act like winners before.
Oh, but I tell you, it's amazing because we have a guy who is a force to be reckoned with. He's like a one-man battering ram, and I'm really looking forward to January 20th. I want to see how many executive orders he signs.
Oh,
already taking the bull by the horn. It's just amazing to watch.
Yeah, and all this stuff with Elon Musk yesterday, that was beautiful. It was masterful.
Yeah, it's just amazing to watch. We've never had a president like this. We may never have another one again.
No, usually what happens when the Republicans take over Congress and everything, they make a deal where, okay, we won the majority, but we're going to split all the committees 50-50 with the Democrats. What the are you? That's so used to tick me. That's not happening this time.
Oh, not at all. And that's a pleasure to see because I got sick of that watching them.
It's disgusting.
All the battle to get that power.
I hate that.
Great president, and he's a great world leader, and he's already on the world stage.
That's right. All right, appreciate the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Steve Brian, good morning. It's JJ from Matt.
Hey, JJ.
Hey, guys. This, Mike Johnson thing, I think, he's been hanging around with, he's at UFC with Dana White and on the Trump plane, or, Tulsi, Bobby Kennedy, Vivek Vance. He's been around all of them. And for him to do that, I just think I think it was just done to kind of paint a bullseye. I think it was kind of a twofer, a dipsy-do, where he paints a bullseye.
A dipsy-do? Is that a score? Oh, okay.
It's a fake out. It's sort of like a fake out. In other words, it put a big spotlight on one of the most important things that.
Well, it smoked out a lot of things. It you know what it did? What this thing happened yesterday, it smoked out how sick, twisted, and corrupt Washington is as Trump's ready to come in with Vivek and Elon with Doge and everything.
It's all over the media, though. Because it's so they're all talking about it. So the American people, it's almost like it's on the waste. It's a big spotlight on the waste, and it's more power and fuel to the Vivek Elon, and the Trump, the we the people. It's more power. The whole thing, just the positive influence type. Trump just is like a wave of positivity of things getting done, and it just showing the American people how screwed up that was.
I mean, how dare they? How dare they ask? Is it? I know.
DC.
Now, maybe if it was for the Redskins and not the Commanders, I'd go along with it.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a break. But here they want to raise when they're all getting bribed by donors with fake jobs for their daughters and son-in-laws and wives and cousins and sisters.
The raise, 5 or 10% raise, but I think it was 56.
A lot of money. All right, take care. Appreciate the call. Take care. We're out of time for today. We've had some very good calls today. In fact, spectacular. The ones you missed, Steve, I'll tell you about after. But if you guys missed any of the show, you can go find it and listen to the whole thing. This was a doozy. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. And tomorrow's Friday already. Open phones, open MAGA Mike Friday tomorrow. Any and everything on your mind is fair game on Friday's show, where the show prep is up to you, not Steve or me. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
WSFS 104.3.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, all right? I'll see you later. Take care.
West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM and in Martin County on 106.9 FM.